You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and globally, Vince vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that one in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might flash a little. Get addicted to the content, gotta binge watch. You don't like it, then you want to invite it. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn you back and tell you something, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey, what's up, Deanna? Hey, boo. How you doing? What's up? What's going on, lovely one? What did lovely one say? Better or bitter? You know, when I first read that before I hit the live button, I was like, what? Better or bitter? But is you talking about beach? Talking about beach? Is that who you talking about when you say better or bitter? So it should be this beach is bitter instead of this beach is better. And where is just read my book's court order? You know what? Just read my book. I'm gonna need you to come to the flow. Now 7 that came to court. I'm gonna need. You know what? I want to hear her side of the story. I really, really do. I know that we got some tea from Boss Lady TV New Jersey, and she did a great job. I really enjoyed her covering that, and a lot of us has been covering it. But I think, you know, out of all the best lives that I saw, I think that was Boss Lady, and probably because she's so close to. Well, I don't want to say close to, but they is real cool. Her and you know, just read my book. So just read my book. I gave her information, and you know, even though Boss Lady said, you know, you ain't heard that from me. Yeah, we heard it from you, child. We heard it from you, child. But what's up, Corio? How you doing? Make sure you guys come on in and like, share the video, please, and thank you very much. If anybody want to hit the stanky link, did I drop it? Yep, I already dropped it, but there it is again. Okay, so if anybody wants to hit the stanky link, that's what we call it over here, the StreamYard. Please hit the StreamYard. Let me grab a drink of water real quick. What's up, Corio Booski?
Hi, the hood table. How you doing?
What's hood with you?
You know, ready to chop it up about 7.
Girl, you know what? I'm still trying to get more information from the Dovey.
I got all my information about 7 from Deanna's live. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Dovey and just read my book, Slappy's live from yesterday.
Oh.
First of all, Slappy was dragging the mess out of Dovey.
Yes.
But just read my book was in the chat, and she was dropping little gems. She was very active in the chat, and you know, because she said that she had contacted Dovey's son.
I heard that.
And he apologized to just read my book for what happened, but he said Dovey is not welcome with him.
That's a damn shame.
She said, and this is just read my book, type it in Slappy's chat. She also wrote that she had contacted, I believe, other family members, and they were like, "Yeah, no, she can't." You know, basically, she can't come here. And just read my book says she had exhausted everything she knew how to do. So for the people that are saying, you know, she just, you know, all of a sudden. You know, when she filed on August 9th, you know, there had to be stuff happening before August 9th to make her file. But yeah, she was dropping little gems in Slappy's chat, but Slappy was dragging the F out of Dovey, and I got my whole life.
Man, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I did not get a chance to watch it all. I was doing a lot of being a subby over the last few days, enjoying a
Yeah,
lot of people, but
yeah,
it's just impossible. I don't see how people can watch everybody, even when I'm watching them on high speed. I still
yeah,
can't watch everybody when it's a lot of, when it's a lot of tea, a lot of drama going on, and we run around these YouTube streets.
yeah.
I can't watch everybody, but I do try to keep up. And I did see Deanna's live this morning. I
Ooh,
did
it was
watch
funny.
Beachy. Um, and I even watched a little bit of Dovey's live, but I couldn't even get all the way through Dovey's live. I was like, child,
Oh,
Dovey.
she did one this morning.
Not this morning. It was yesterday. I think she did like 2 or 3 yesterday.
Dovey needs money. She's trying to pump up that 21st check.
She
But
need
let me
to
tell you
get a
this.
GoFundMe. That's what she need to do.
You and Sassy the other night made
Mm,
me feel so bad because you guys were in agreement. But when I listened to Deanna this morning,
that was
she
good.
said everything I wanted to say, everything I thought, and everything I felt.
Mm.
And so, thank you, Deanna, because I was feeling a little guilty for the way I was feeling.
Don't
Like
feel
maybe,
guilty.
but you and Sassy, you're intelligent women, and maybe, I was being biased. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? Because Dovey's
But it's
never,
okay. Like I said, a
yeah,
lot of us have people on here that we, favor and
yeah,
people that we don't. So
yeah,
sometimes we can be a little biased. I
yeah.
try not to be biased, but I
You
don't
do a good
normally have
job.
to do commentary on people
Hmm.
who are most of the people I'm really cool on here with, they ain't
Hmm.
always beefing with somebody for me to do commentary about. It's usually two people
Right.
that I just watch.
Sure.
But when I'm
Sure.
doing interviews and things like that, from the
Yeah.
years I've been on here, I kind of learned to try not to be so
You
biased, but it
you
can
do
be
a great
hard.
job. You do a great job. You
Yeah, it
really
can be
do.
hard at times though. And hey,
Sure.
Sassy Boo, I love me some Sassy. Y'all know I love me some Sassy.
Hey,
Yes.
sassafras.
All my faves is coming in the chat. Deanna, is
Yes.
that Miss Bennett?
Ooh, is that
Miss
Rose?
Bennett?
Is that
Oh,
Rose
Rose.
Bennett?
Rose, is you gonna hit the link? Sassy, is you gonna hit the link? Man, this shit is good. Miss Naturally Norlands, you know what? I'm gonna need you to start coming back on YouTube, honey. I need some of that New Orleans tea down there.
Yeah.
Sure, she used
Um.
to go to all the events and all the parades and all that stuff down there and record them. But yes, yes, yes. So come on in, you guys. Come on in. Like and share the video. Please share it out. If you want to hit the Cash App, feel free. $sign the Hood Table 402. Y'all know I'm not no beggar and no moaner, but it's
Mhm.
um now Sassy said we can't agree at all times, and I think both women have culpability. Yes, I do too. I said that. I think they both could have done some things differently. Like for one, don't invite no motherfuckers off of YouTube to live in your motherfucking house. A weekend is good. Now I'll be seeing people meet new people like Sean Bradley, like James, like Duchess, like it's so many VS, even the
But you know something?
but
With them, they may meet up, but they meet up out and about.
exactly.
They don't bring each other into. Now Sean and James might be a little different because they were friends,
And Jay
but
Wilson
for
had all them folks down to his house, down to San Antonio in the
he,
castle, in the
but
mansion.
that still turned raggedy because he started driving Phi and whatchamajigger
And that gay,
by.
what's that one gay guy? The one they said was having sexual relations down there with Jay Wilson, allegedly.
Oh, chocolate.
Not the chocolate bay, the one who act like a preacher. He be wearing a robe.
That
What's his
hangs
name?
out with
King something. King
King
Jives, King
King
something.
Jive. Yes,
Yes.
yes, 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 yes.
Yes. But oh child, that was okay. Anywho, there's about maybe 2 or 3 or
I
4 of
wonder if
y'all.
he had some prep. Never
I don't.
mind.
Oh my god. Oh my
I
god.
wonder if he brought the lube. Never mind.
Oh, you know what? Okay, moving right along. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Hold up.
Look, in the name of Deanna Irving, we got questions. Okay, I'm done.
You know I'm a WB. You know I'm a.
You know,
I
you
can't
know
even
I'm a,
say it.
WGQ. We got.
I'm a
Been
WBQ too.
we've been GQs for years. Okay.
WGQ.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
child, okay, there's about 2 or 3 or 4 of y'all that I would actually let over my house. Deanna knows she is also always welcome. Shoot, I will put her whole room up in here. If her and Josh was to come through. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you gotta be careful with that shit. And you
Yeah.
also got to be careful on here harassing people who may or may not be your baby daddy.
Oh my goodness. Why is she like that? You know, she can never. You get relationships that you bring to YouTube. Then when it falls apart, you want to harass them and dox them and interview their exes, and she put that man's children on her wall.
Talk to the mama, the daddy, the tippy toe granny.
Wait a minute, what?
You remember that shit from back in the day? Your mama, your granny, your tippy
Oh
toe granny
yes,
got holes in her
yes,
panties. And you remember that?
yes, yes.
That's that
Oh my
hood
god.
project shit, the double dutch.
Mm. Uh,
But yeah, she did talk to everybody. His mom and I mean, it's I don't know. I don't.
remember with what was his name? The other one?
Oh, you
Uh
talking about oh my God, what was
oh,
his
what's his
name?
name?
The biker dude,
Pyro.
Pyro.
Pyro. She
Mm-hmm.
remember she interviewed all his girlfriends, his past girlfriends, and
Mm-hmm.
talked all up under his clothes, and just like
Mm-hmm.
it's like, why can't you just when it's over, it's over.
It's
You
over.
you know what I'm saying? You may hurt. You may even want to come on YouTube if you're that type of person, talk about it, but not in the way that you're talking under their clothes. You know what I mean? You may want to talk about your personal hurt and your journey through it without even bringing him up if you want to bring it to YouTube.
Well, you know what I
But
got a kick out of?
what?
Remember when Seven, and I do watch Seven, so don't get me wrong, I do watch Seven.
Mhm.
Uh, remember when she had started all the online dating?
Wait, what?
And every person that she like reached out to or might not have dated or whatever, she would show their pictures, their bios, their videos, discuss their messages back and forth to each other. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, I would hate to be that person that somebody is reaching out to on, I don't know, what's the name of those websites? I ain't been on none of those websites in years. Remember Black Planet? I think I was on Black Planet.
Vaguely,
Yeah,
vaguely,
yeah,
vaguely.
Black Planet, but I ain't been on no
Hmm.
website in years. But
Hmm.
for somebody to look me up and hit me up and chop it up with me and maybe go out with me, and then all our information is on their social media site or their YouTube channel, I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
I don't understand the thought process with that. How,
I
you know what I'm saying? Every time it's just, I
Go
don't know
ahead.
why everyone has to know about the romantic side of your life. To the
That's
little
the thing. Like
smallest detail.
every relationship. I don't know. I guess it's content. Some people make everything out of content.
Yeah, maybe
Me
that's
personally,
it.
I'm not bringing my relationship information up on here.
Yeah, that's a lot of people get addicted to YouTube, including content creators. Obviously, they just, it. First of all, it takes a certain mindset and person, and not bad, not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying actually, it's just a type that can be a content creator. You know what I'm saying? Like you're an investigative, inquisitive reporter type person. So
Mhm.
this is natural for you. You know what I'm
It is
saying? And
natural. That's why I went and looked up her
yeah,
case.
yeah.
I
And
sure went and looked up that case, the
what does
docket
it
information.
what does it say?
Hey, let me tell you something. I looked up the case, but I didn't pay to download shit. I'm gonna just tell y'all that
Oh,
shit
okay.
right there.
You took notes.
Because one of the damn
notes,
things
right?
is 90 pages. I ain't about to pay no $90 to look up some shit on 7. Now, what I did do, and those of y'all who follow me, when I was doing the Tasha K and the Cardi B shit, y'all know I had me a little account. The Hood Table LLC had their little account for the government court records, and I was paying to download all that shit. And that shit was very expensive when they send you your bill. You remember that? My first bill was like $130.
I didn't know that, but yeah,
because you gotta pay for every page.
Yeah.
And every court charges a different fee.
Right. Okay.
So for LA court, they charge $1 a page. And like I said, one of the court docs is 90 pages.
And you weren't gonna pay 90 for 7?
Hell no.
And Dusty, wait a minute.
Hell
Why
no.
did Deanna call
I'll
him
let somebody
Dusty?
else pay it, and then I'll let them discuss it, and then I'll recap.
Okay.
Hell no.
Did you think Deanna called him Dusty, which is his name? His wife was Dusty.
But that ain't really his name, is it? I thought they gave him that name on YouTube.
He calls himself that. That's like one of his nicknames on YouTube. Yes.
Oh, wow. How you go from Carlos to Dusty?
I don't know. But Deanna was calling him Dusty, his wife Duskette, and the kids Dust Mite.
Ain't no way I'm gonna be. I have to pick a new. My name would be Ray Ray, Booby, Day Day, Kiki. Well,
I don't know if it's because so many people were calling him a Dusty Nigga or.
See, that's what I thought. I thought it was created on YouTube, but it could have been him already named Dusty.
The only reason I know that he goes by that on YouTube and it's not a big deal is because Seven said it. Because when she first started talking about him and she was calling him that, people in the chat were like, is he Dusty? And she said, no. And she explained it. So.
Damn. Okay, well, I'm gonna just like this is what I'm gonna do. I'll share like the excuse me. Let's see. Just so people know I'm not bullshitting. I did look up the court case.
Did you couldn't even see anything?
This is this is the thingy right here.
So she can't contact them or say their names for 2 years?
And see, Beach knows that because Beach was at court. But that's not even on here yet. You see the last thing that's on? Beach went to court. But you see on here.
She flew to LA? She flew to California?
I don't know. She said that's what she said. She said she went to court.
They live in California. Okay, she lives in
lives in
Alabama. She flew to California for this?
I don't know. This is what Beach was saying on her. She said she was sitting right there.
Well, if she was sitting right there, she spent money to fly to California.
Unless she did it virtually, but she didn't say she did it virtually. She described how Seven was looking. She said she wasn't looking too bad, but she was looking bad because she didn't really have no case, and they said she put on a horrible. She didn't even have a lawyer.
Deanna said that Beach said she didn't even mention being pregnant.
She didn't, but let me get to this page first, okay?
Sure.
I'm just showing y'all. I did look up the case. This is the information on the screen from what has been filed. See, one of the pages is like 90 pages. And I could go back and pay for some of the other ones. One of them is 36 pages. That's the initial petition. One of them is 3 pages. The cover sheet, 7 pages. Temporary restraining order, 6 pages. Proof of service, that's just, them serving them. That's 1 page. Response, that's 90 pages. And then the proof of service mail is 1 page. So for one, when I was doing the Cardi B and Tasha K, I was purchasing stuff daily as it happened because it was so much information. But with this type of case, I wouldn't pay for all that. I would wait to get the final documents and pay for that. Because as you see, it stopped at 810. They just went to court the other day and there's no update, as you can see. So if I was to pay for anything, it would be after they update. Because I mean, $1 ain't a whole bunch of money, but shit, that shit add up. That shit add up. Hey friend, what's up? But she did say that she didn't mention the baby. That's what I don't understand. Like, how you have them put a 2-year stipulation on you, a gag order, no contact, no you can't say anything, restraining order, and this is your baby daddy? Like, and you didn't bring the baby up?
Yeah, because here's the thing. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't know if you're going to agree or the chat's going to agree. That's a great defense. I was contacting them because I'm pregnant. He wouldn't respond.
And
I
that's
was contacting her because I couldn't find him. That would have been a great defense. So why wouldn't you bring that up?
Especially, and that would have been like a good defense to say why I was trying to reach out to him, but calling all around the world and they said that judge was angry. That judge was furious to hear everything she did.
Are you serious?
Yes, they said the judge was furious to hear everything she did towards the kids.
Yeah.
You know, all the posting. Yeah. I mean, she dragged them kids for filth. And they had the video footage. They even had the comments in the chat and everything. And B said, subscribers, y'all need to know one thing for certain, two things for sure. What y'all say in the chat matters, especially in court.
Wow.
They said the chat helped the case. Ain't that some shit?
They said the chat what?
Helped the case.
Oh, wow.
Because it was probably people in the chat saying things that Seven was doing or what she has done in the past. You know how we are in the chats.
Well, and Beachy has been around for a while, and the wife was said to be dropping in chats and ear hustling now that, especially at the height of, this debacle. And they probably talked about, remember when Seven and Pyro? So she got that information. Even, you know what I mean? Or Beachy could have told her. That is just, I wonder if, so they recorded a lot of those lives and played it back. Wow.
Well, that's what they do, though. I mean, just like when Cardi B and Tasha K went to court, they had every Tasha K video.
I don't think Seven thought they were going to be that thorough, or because she got away with it with Pyro, she really didn't think.
But why wouldn't she? She
claims
to be cool with Tasha K. I mean, even though some people think that she should have been, her channel should have been like way up there, in the YouTube world because of a relationship with Tasha K. But I don't know how close she is to Tasha K. Really, but she did used to throw that around a lot. She was her mod. Different things like that. Yeah. But I mean, just watching Tasha K, even if you're a really big fan of hers, I mean, in other court cases, hell, look at VS. And I watch VS. And I like VS. How many court cases do you got to see? How many restraining orders? How many spending time in jail, getting your channels taken down? Like, all her shit is gone right now on her channel. Have y'all been over there?
I haven't been over there, but I think
she ain't got shit on her channel.
In Deanna's chat,
3 years ago is the first videos. 3 years ago is the first video.
I think Deanna's chat, because she probably, why did she take away 3 years? This case doesn't go back 3 years.
No, hold up. What I'm saying is, what she most likely did was hid a whole bunch of videos. You know how when this happens to people, they usually hide all their videos and then they go through them and they delete them or download them or whatever. Then they put back up the ones that they can leave up.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder if now that they've won their case, are they gonna sue for damages?
Well, I don't know because Beach said this is just the beginning, and
Well,
Beach
then
also
they
said
might
she
sue.
still has a case.
See what?
And she claims that's the reason why she did want to make sure she was able to be there for this case because of the fact she wanted to see if her name was mentioned. And she did say Seven kept throwing her name out there. Bridget, 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 Bridget.
Oh
And I was like,
wow.
why the hell she talking about Bridget? You up there, even if Beach knew
Hmm.
that motherfucker was married, had 10 wives, 20 kids, you know, the bumps like they say he got allegedly.
Lord
What they got to
child.
do with you stalking and harassing him,
It's up to the courts are gonna say it's up to you to do your own due diligence.
girl?
You can't. She can't be held liable because she didn't tell you. I mean, it would be a weird judge that would rule like that, but you never. I just
I
hate.
know. And if anybody else wants to jump on the link, feel free to hit that stanky link in the chat. And Nicole, hey Nikki, you said Nicole said what she say? She said unfortunately she was out of control. The judge took her tongue for 2 years.
Weird. When
Ooh.
BG start talking about she was going to sue her and she had filed the paperwork, Seven was talking smack.
She was still talking shit.
He was
That's
talking
like
shit.
Tasha K. That's what I'm saying. This just reminds me so much of Tasha K. Even
Mm,
though what Seven did was a few months, what Tasha did was some years, like 3+ years. Seven, this shit happened about when she said she was like 2 months, 9 weeks, something pregnant, which was a few months ago, which would make her about 4.5, going on 5 months pregnant right now. I'm gonna mute you because you kind of it's kind of loud over there. But when she really started going in on him, that was around the time that she found out, damn, it happened fast because they like broke up. Then she came online talking about it. Then she said he had the herpes. And then she said he's still married. And then she said he she was pregnant. So everything kind of happened really fast, but when she was really going in on him around the beginning, after she went to the doctor and got the sonogram or whatever, she was about what, 2 months, 9 weeks, something like that. So right now would be about, she should be about 4.5, 5 months. And B said she didn't even look pregnant. She said, why didn't the baby show up at court? I was cracking up. Beach said, why didn't the baby show up at court? And then
you
they in
mean
the
she
chat
wasn't
calling the baby
showing?
Ghost Baby. They calling the baby Casper. They call all kind of shit in the chat.
Oh Lord.
Y'all a
What?
mess. See?
She didn't show at. I mean, that's what I was wondering. She should be far enough that there should be a baby bump, a
Yeah.
good one, a
Hey,
good
Miss
one.
Hall. Even some people who don't really show so they get well along. I don't care if I didn't show. They would have known I was pregnant. Yeah, I'm carrying his baby. Y'all can't keep my baby away from his daddy for 2 years.
Right.
I've been in there acting a
Right.
hot
I
ass
was trying to
fool.
find him because obviously I'm gonna have to file child support or you know what I'm saying. I have to,
I'm leaving out of
it
there
would
with
have
social
helped
security
her.
numbers and job addresses and HR information. I got a baby to feed.
Exactly. That would have been a great defense. I don't know why she didn't use it because I know she said she wanted to raise the baby completely on her own. She didn't want him involved. So maybe that's why she did it. I don't know. Maybe she didn't care about not contacting them for 2 years at this point.
I don't. You know what? I hate to say it, but you hate to say that you got maybe somebody in your life who might do some crazy shit like that. But I do know somebody in my life, man. When we was back in our heydays, man, the things we used to do out in the streets. I'm talking tearing up tires, busting out windows, uh, setting on fire. I even had my clothes on fire by a nigga. Ain't that some bitch shit?
Yes,
Yes, I had my
very much
clothes set
so.
on fire by a nigga on
Mm.
the patio. That nigga, he would. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, I know people who will go to that length to get at a dude because they hurt that they just bailed on him like that.
Do you think Seven would take it to that level? She might. I, I'm still stuck on why, who would lie about being pregnant? Because eventually, after 9 months, you're going to
Mm.
be popped. So why?
Well, what had happened, or what people were saying was, eventually it's gonna be she gonna set it up to where it seemed like the baby didn't make it, but
Oh, no.
I don't know what happened.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if she's still pregnant. I don't know, but what they saying the baby didn't make it to court, child.
Oh, my
Baby didn't make it
goodness.
to court. And V, I'm telling you, Beach had me cracking up. She said, "I am so disappointed in that baby. Why didn't the baby make it to court?"
Beach got jokes.
I'm like, Beach, if you don't stop,
I'm going to have to go
leave that
listen
girl
to
alone,
her.
Beach.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go listen to.
Hey,
And,
Nicole.
I thought
Hey, bitch, you
Seven.
don't have to come up
Oh.
here with my bestie. Yeah?
Said,
Hey,
I'm disappointed
hey,
in the
true
baby.
lover.
Hi, Nicole.
She said, I'm disappointed in the baby for
I'm
not
gonna go
showing up
on
at
mute.
court.
I'm gonna go on mute so you and Nicole can go.
Oh, girl. Go ahead, Nicole. What you got to say? What's your thoughts on that?
Girl, my girl, I still, I know y'all gonna be like, Nicole care about everybody, but I feel bad for Seven. She was born from like the rooftops. Like I said stuff to her, other people, what? It's not good. This restraining order for her is not good. Even if she would have went in there and said that he's the possible baby daddy, because she couldn't say under oath that that child really is the how do they have proof? It would just been word of mouth. If he didn't say it was his child, if he didn't claim it,
She would have been court ordered to go get a
thank you. Right,
pregnancy
right,
test,
right.
and possibly when the baby was born,
The
she
DNA.
would have had to get a test to see
Mm-hmm.
about paternity, right?
And they sure
Yes,
did
yes.
him before the baby
Mm-hmm.
was born. So they would have did a paternity and. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. They don't play that type of look. I know in different states, but this they don't play with the I'm a joking ragged kids and the dozen stuff and all that. Well, it's freedom of speech, and they were met. No, they are very hard in those courts down there um, in California about that kind of stuff. They don't like it. Majority of the judges will like strip you of whatever rights you think you have. Talking about children. She was warned.
She was going off on those kids. I was like, even if they did have all those medical issues, the kids though, and I still remember when they doxed Seven, like, and they found out about her auntie, about her moms, about her cousin who VS interviewed. That was a tragic, horrible. I don't know. I don't know. It's like when you get outed like that, and all your family dirt and skeleton is out there like that. I don't know. I would think if you would feel some type of way about redoxing other people, but Seven is good at that shit. Remember when she was doxing all 5 days moderators?
Hmm.
Then she
I
doxed the
knew
people
one day
that
it was
were
gonna come
back.
back on her.
She would dox the. She's kind of like a what's that other girl? Grish. Dox the
Hmm.
socks off, boy.
No, girl, no. Grish wish she no disrespect Grish because she came and told everybody my damn name and all kinds of
Oh
stuff.
shit! I don't know
But
nothing about that.
Girl, but
What
whatever.
the hell in my QB voice? What happened?
Girl, when I had interviewed over there with Pizarro, when I when what's her name? Girl, forgive me. She passed away, and I had got the
Oh, Lady P.
remember, no, not Lady P, the other content creator. God forgive me.
Um,
China Doll.
China
And
Dog.
she had clicked. She went to go do research to see if I paid and what kind of card I paid with. I'm just paraphrasing, but yeah, she kept saying, "Ain't your name Nicole Harris?" Well, I found another Nicole, but it's spelled a little bit different, and I don't think it's you. I said, "Damn, bitch, that's my name. That's my name on my Facebook. Where that's my name. Like I don't know what to say, but yeah, but no, seven was the most kind of the best you would
Most
say
effective
doxer in the beef sector that got
Doxer
majority of the information right.
Mm-hmm.
7 will dox you down to your toenails.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And like Nicole said, it's right. I don't think I've ever seen her in all these years dox anyone where where it was wrong, or
Where
at
it was
least
wrong.
ninety
Mm-hmm.
percent of it was correct. You know?
Right, right, yes, right. Majority of so she had that was I believe her YouTube power in a sense
Yes.
that gave her a form of protection and as well as arrogance. You know, I believe part of this is her YouTube karma,
Oh wow.
all of
Okay.
it. Because her
Okay.
history, you can bring in her history as a representation. All those past videos, a lot of them, people were getting doxxed in those
I
videos.
just
Her community wall. If you go all the way back to show that she has this type of behavior. I'm sorry.
And that community wall is blankety blank blank blank.
you know hmm. I thought when she would dox the mess out of people, I'll be the first one to say I would be on the community wall looking at it. I'm not gonna lie.
I do that all the
But
time. Shit, I'm
when
a
she would,
commentator. We gotta see what's going on.
yes, and when she would say my team, I would always wonder who the heck is on
Girl,
her
you didn't know who it
team.
was? Oh Lord, let me shut up.
Oh,
No,
matter of
because
fact, you know what? I lied. Remember I said 3 years? Yeah, everything the most current thing on her community wall, just like her videos, is from 3 years ago.
oh, okay.
Matter of fact, from her lives, the most recent is 4 years ago.
Hmm.
So the most
Well,
recent community wall post is from three
From
years.
all three channels.
Well, I'm looking at the 7 Star Girl Cave, the one with over 10,000. And then if you go to her backup channel, which got 2,000 on there, the last live is 4 years ago. And the community wall has nothing. And then she has another 7 Stars page that only got like 80 something subscribers. I guess that's a backup to the backup. And, there ain't really nothing on that one. It's only like,
Girl,
it's like
she
90
probably
something
was
subscribers.
advised. I'm pretty sure they told her to remove that, and she probably even before she went, if she was smart, to dump your social media because all of that can
Mm-hmm.
be used against you
Mm-hmm.
in civil court and as well as criminal court. I had to do that to mine when I had to go to court. You go to court, you turn that shit off because you could say something and the judge can look at it and be like, "Oh my God, oh this how she." They might think you like that all the time, unless
but
you got
Again,
a real good lawyer.
who would
with the Tasha K, that's exactly how the judge was looking at her ass when they was watching all her videos, talking about you probably gave your baby the hurts and all this kind of stuff. When she was talking about Cardi B, just all kind of going in on her kids and everything. Like,
who would think
Can you
that
imagine though if that judge? I'm sorry, sis. Just let me say this. Just imagine any one of them people in regards to autism, because one of them children didn't. Wasn't she doing autism reads?
yes,
I
they
bet you
yes,
said
she
that's
Down
what.
was.
syndrome. I
I
don't even
bet.
know if they got
I,
Down syndrome, but she was
she,
saying
I
that.
think, yeah, she was saying. So, can you imagine out of those judges how many people in that type of court? You get what I'm saying? That family member could have an autistic child or Down syndrome, anybody on his You know what I'm saying? On his docket, in his office. Mm-mm. She should have just threw herself in the mercy of the court and said, "I am mentally ill. I am pregnant. I am seeking a psychologist and psychiatry and therapy, and I'm going to go far, far away. I am so sorry, Your Honor. Can you please have this removed from my record after I show that I am mentally stable?"
Yeah, it's
I
too
would have.
far gone for that. Too far
Yep.
gone for that. There's
Too
too
far
much
gone.
hurt. Too
Too
much
much
hurt.
hurt.
And I just can't understand why she didn't think they were recording her videos and screenshotting her community wall. I just, you know what I'm saying? Why did,
Did
especially
she
once the
say that
court
for real?
case? No, I'm just saying I don't understand why she wouldn't have just stopped once they told her there's a court case. The
Because
pictures have been.
she never had, because this sister has never had a consequence. She's
Okay,
never had a
that's true.
consequence. Let's
That's
just think
true.
about that. She has been able to act like the wild child, the baddest bitch, and then there's also the other people that had a lot of sympathy for her due to her background. Okay, so she's just really hurt. She's really hurt, but she's also a good content creator. Yeah, but she's a demonic doxer, and she drags kids, and she doxes children too. She's not in a good headspace,
Hmm.
or never has been in one, rather.
Well, Beach did say I would have thrown myself at the mercy of the court too and said I was crazy. I need medication or I need
Hmm.
counseling or yeah,
Hmm.
because this is gonna affect your record.
This is
This is
right. This is going to affect her record.
harassment, stalking, harassment, and depending on what type of job you got,
I didn't
like
think about her
Oh
job.
no! Oh, honey, bye bye to that job, honey. And where she stay, it might be a violation of the. You know what I'm saying? When
Oh
you get one, that's why
Lord.
when I came online. I know I don't get a lot of viewers, but I was pleading with her. I said, please take all them videos down. Your life about to be messed up. And then restraining orders stay on your shit for life. They are very. It's very, very hard to get a
you can't
restraining
get no
order
pistol,
expunged.
no gun permit. It's a
You
lot of
can't
things.
get no gun. Yep.
Yep.
Can I ask this real quick? What exactly does anyone know exactly what she was, what she found was found guilty of?
Yeah, it was stalking.
And that's
Stalking
it.
and harassment.
Stalking and harassment.
Hmm.
Oh
Which they're
boy.
not the same. They're not the same crime.
No,
They both
no.
have different penal codes, which makes it even
Yes.
worse. You're a stalker and a harasser. How did sister gonna get a job?
And
Jesus
Beach said
Christ.
it don't stop there. Beach, because she hasn't even, Beach still has a case. And this is okay. What I showed y'all from the court docs on July 25th, it said petition for civil harassment violence. So it's not even just a restraining order for stalking, it's a restraining order from violence because she said she was going to unalive him. And when she went to
What?
court, she told the judge that she really didn't mean that. She just seen that off some movie.
What?
It
That's what
didn't matter. It didn't matter. She doubled down. She doubled down on her verbiage. And she also said in many of those lies she knew what she was doing and nobody because she thought that she was going to be able to stand on freedom of speech and that this is entertainment. And y'all niggas been warned, and you better use her as an example because the rest of it's gonna be a domino effect. Watch
if
bitches
they
start
don't
going
use
to court.
nobody else, if they don't use nobody else and who has already been through this shit, at least use her. But yeah,
Yes,
they said that they basically said it was for harassment and then civil case for violence and they got the temporary restraining order on the 25th. Permanent restraining order now. She can't talk about it, but he's also not supposed to talk about it. So she's not
right.
supposed to talk about it, and he's not to either. But do you think she can survive that for 2 years?
Well, she ain't gonna really have no choice. I think this will be a wake up call for her. I don't think that she's that far gone. I know that it probably will bother her. She can still do I don't know, she can still do YouTube. I don't know how the judges, wrapped her up, but she can still go somewhere on social media and discuss something. She needs to take this time to do self evaluation, get some, emotional, psychological, and physical control. If she is pregnant, I could go both ways, saying, "Nope, I ain't gonna mention the baby because this I'm in a bad spot right now. Good. I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? She don't have to put him down on the birth certificate. She can say she really don't know and make him go and request for a DNA test, and she can go on with that baby and do her own thing. But they saying that she ain't mentioned the baby, so it might not be no baby. I'm not gonna. I don't know.
But ain't that weird to not mention a baby and you're basically in court for your baby daddy? That's just weird. Like the
Yes,
baby
it's
wasn't
very
mentioned
strange.
at all.
And that's the
Very
basis of
strange.
all the stalking and
Yeah,
everything is
right.
that he got you
But she
pregnant.
could have been afraid to say something because if they gonna do all, she knew what she did. She knew what she did. She knows she did all that with talking about them kids. She probably was afraid they would take her baby. That could also be a thought, y'all.
Well,
Look
I
at what she
mean,
was charged with.
but if they recorded all her videos and did all that, they still could take it because she's admitted she was pregnant. It's not like it could be held a secret and she could have it in secret and they
But
wouldn't
how
know
many of us
about it.
really thought she was pregnant? I just wanna take a poll.
I'm gonna be honest.
One for
I thought
pregnant, two for not pregnant. Let's
I
take a
thought she
poll.
was. I think
How
she
many
is.
people really thought she was
I don't
pregnant? Put a
know.
one in the chat. If you didn't think
Mm-mm.
she was pregnant at all, put a two in the chat. Let's do a little poll here.
Mm.
Baby Troll said two.
I
So you
think
thought she
she's
was really
pregnant.
pregnant?
I thought she was
I'm
really
so
pregnant.
gullible, girl. I was hoping the lady would tell the truth because you
Both of
could find
y'all.
out if somebody was lying.
I
I'm so gullible. I did.
Both of
I
For
thought
a
she
y'all.
brief
was really
second, I
pregnant.
did think she was
I
pregnant.
really
I
did
did.
too.
Y'all did?
But now I'm questioning. I can't
Girl.
even speak. I
Mm.
burnt the roof of my mouth. I'm questioning it because she didn't mention the baby, not it. Mention her baby in court. So now I got questions that I have no right to get an answer for, but it seems weird to me.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. And Beach said she didn't look pregnant. She said she didn't look bad, but she just said she put on a bad case and for someone
Well, she
like
did, and she was arrogant too. She didn't go with no representation,
that's what
nothing,
I'm
not
saying.
even
It's
no
so
form of
weird.
support or nothing.
No lawyer or
Child.
nothing. This is a harassment case and stalking. I would at least get me a public pretender.
Girl, no, I would have flipped it on his background, got me a domestic violence advocate from Shade Tree, and they free, and I would have got them, and they would have been standing behind me, and I would have been shaking in
Hey,
the court,
Lady
bitch,
Nika.
saying I'm crazy.
Lady
Okay.
Nika said she was never pregnant.
Hi,
See?
lady. Hi, Lady Nika. I know you're not gonna speak to me, but hi, Lady Nika. It's Choreo Lover. Good to see
Oh,
you.
don't tell me y'all got beef.
No, I don't have any beef. Never.
Oh,
Not
I
with
was
Lady
gonna
Nika.
say.
I really like Lady Nika, but I hung out in Miss Olivia's chat, and it is what it is. But I
Well,
really like
Lady
her.
Nika,
But
welcome to the
anyway,
chat, honey
yeah,
child.
welcome, welcome.
Feel free to jump on the panel if you want to jump on the panel. Anybody can jump on the panel as long as you're not a troll.
Yeah,
I
I'll
want to
jump
hear
on.
Lady Nika and Deanna's opinion.
I
Lady Nika, I
know
would have been
Deanna
in
said
court.
she was
Yeah, come on, Deanna. Lady Nika, y'all would have been in there. Look, I would have got me an advocate from Shade Tree, sis. I would have wore a homely ass dress. I would have had a big old silver cross that I got at the 99-cent store, bitch. And I would have had my hair pulled all the way back in a
Well,
ponytail. Cause,
see,
and I
Nicole,
would have
that
started shaking as soon as they accused me of talking about the kids.
mm-mm.
I would have fell out
Nicole,
of my head when it hit the
But
couch.
the Valley
Nicole,
Girl
that wouldn't
accent
have
didn't
worked.
work. The
That wouldn't
Valley
have
Girl
worked
accent.
because they have those copies of those videos of her lives and stuff. That is too late for all of that. She was talking cash stuff for
Can you imagine her in
months.
court though, Corio?
I still would have fell. I still would have fought for my life. I still would have fell out.
I would have loved to hear her in court, talking in that Valley Girl voice. I wonder if she used the Valley Girl voice in court. Well, see, Your Honor, like,
What do you mean
know,
use? What do you mean?
because I
You
don't.
don't think? Huh?
Okay, what? You know what? Moving right along. I'm not gonna talk about that girl's Valley Girl voice because it might be real.
Well, what about
I don't know.
Slurpees?
I don't know,
What does
child.
Lady Nika mean? She lied about Slurpees. What's Slurpees?
What Slurpee?
I don't
What about
know.
Slurpees?
I
Oh,
don't
she's talking
know.
about the
She
herpes.
talking about the H word.
Oh,
No, 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 no. You believe she lied about the herpes? Lady Nika.
she called it Slurpee.
Lady Nika. You need to hit the link. Because that was like one of the
she
things I
called
did believe.
she called it
He said
Slurpee.
he had
Wait,
never
wait a minute. Wait, that was a lie too. Wait a minute,
had
for real?
tried. No.
Nobody. That's
Child.
Lady Nika said. That's her opinion. She didn't
Oh my
think.
God. So she done got Tasha Cade for real. Because
God.
that's one of the things that they got Tasha K on because they made Cardi go get a test and everything. And the doctor said she don't have no herpes.
If they wanted to take it that far, or maybe if they file for damages, like they sue her, to get money, um,
Oh my gosh.
they might make her prove that. I don't know, if they say, we're suing for damages. She said, she
Oh.
said he had Slurpees or whatever. It may go the way of Cardi B. You might be right. Hood table.
And she getting Tasha K.
Yeah, she got a chance to finally see Dusty.
Ugh. Why would you girl? Girl, I'm too old to be raw dogging. You might have caught me slipping back in the heyday when I was like, oh, ooh, I'm so young and dumb and oh, it feels so good. Don't take it out. You know, all that young shit when you're young. You ain't gotta wear no I believe you safe. All that young dumb shit. Dude, I'm
Right.
too old for that shit. I'm too old. You ain't running up shit in me. Not a raw one. You lucky to get it in, period. Because I'm gonna make you take all kind of tests. These niggas out here nasty. They nasty. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I ain't trying to get nothing no type of infections in my poom poom. But
I hope.
Betty, it was dormant. Like hey, there's people out here who will sleep with people with the H to the I to the V, right? And the AIDS, right?
The house in
I mean,
Virginia. Yeah.
people take that shit that Jay Wilson used to slang, the prep.
Yeah.
They'll take that shit real quick and fuck around with somebody with the letters. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Lady Nika says she doesn't like condoms.
Well,
A
I
lot of
understand
people,
that some
a
people
lot of
feel that
people
way,
like
but
the real feel. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to. They don't enjoy. They want that real feeling, point blank. So
yeah, I understand. But
I've heard
if
that.
you
Yeah.
wet enough, honey.
You know what? I
Oh, sorry,
can't.
son.
I can't. I can't. I can't. I
Go. There
can't.
ain't a time for you to go to work. He said PG-13, mom. PG-13.
Yeah.
He just playing. That's Cam, y'all. Y'all know Cam. He's
Hey
one of the
Cam.
mods.
Hey
One of the
baby
mods.
boy. Hey baby boy.
He about to get ready for work.
Okay.
But I said that right when he was coming out of his room from playing his video games. Because he wear them big old headphones when he be playing with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
So he just came out of his room and talking about okay,
P.
what had happened, mom? But anyway, as I was saying, okay, Lady Nika, ooh, is that the real Lady Nika? I don't think that's the real Lady Nika.
Put your
I think we
banner
got
up.
a troll in the house.
Put your banner up. Don't forget to put your banner up. Do you have a ban? You have a banner.
Oh, they ain't trying to
Put
get up here.
put one of your pretty cakes
Oh
up.
yeah, that's not the real Lady Nika. Yeah. Okay, bye, Lady Nika.
How could
Bye,
you
Lady
tell?
Nika. Lady Nika did say she had a troll, huh? That ain't
She
you, Lady
said
Nika. I don't believe you.
she
No.
said that's me in the
No,
chat.
why would Lady Nika say she play with her stuff when she live?
Wait a minute, what? I didn't
Yeah,
see
I deleted
that.
the comments, child. Oh, P
Oh,
said this can't be Lady Nika and she was at work and don't talk like that. That's what I'm saying. Lady Nika
I
don't talk
didn't.
like that.
I didn't see the comment. I'm sorry. I
That's
didn't
okay,
see
child.
it. Oh
Boy,
boy.
ooh,
Yeah, no,
child.
she would never talk like that ever.
Oh
People
no.
play too much. You know
See,
what I
I was
mean?
with her when she said I don't like comments. I was with her up to
Yeah, I
that
thought
point.
maybe, that's something adults might say, but no further. Especially not that other stuff you just
Yep,
said.
I used my backup page to go on my phone and look up that channel, and that channel has one video, and it says
Okay.
her hashtag is Queen of Whites. Yeah, so that ain't Lady Nika.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yep.
Oh,
um,
what, that wasn't Lady Nika in the chat?
Nope, I blocked it. It was
no.
a troll. Because she got to talking about what she do to herself between her legs when she's even live. And I
Yeah,
was like, oh
no.
no, that's not Lady Nika. And they got the
Yeah.
nerve to say that's me. They said this is me.
They did. That's why I was like, no, she said this is her. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
no.
See, you should have held a little bit in.
Mm-hmm.
Should have held a little
Mm-hmm.
bit in.
Mm-hmm. We
I
still would
might
have
have.
got you with the
You know what?
the
We ain't peace because Lady Nika got a capital L and they have a lowercase. Look at him, you sneaky
That's
motherfucker, but you're
that's what
blocked now. Bye.
I did look at that. I did look at that,
I
but
didn't notice
she didn't give me
anything.
indication that it was a troll at first. But then I was like, uh.
Yeah, I never. I didn't even notice the L. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, I
just
noticed the lowercase L and the lowercase N, but I still was like, because Lady Nika and a few other people got backup channels, and sometimes they come into
sure.
the chats on their backup.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what I thought. But oh no.
So do you think Seven will go
Mm-hmm.
live on maybe not maybe the details of the case, but not talk about them? Because she
Oh,
could
she gonna
say
come on here
that.
to drag everybody who's been talking about her, but she ain't gonna talk about the case
Hmm.
because she can't talk about it. So all she can do is
How she gonna drag without talking about it?
because she just gonna be over here. All y'all talking about me and that, but you
She
know
could
what?
talk about the outcome and what she can and can't do. That's not talking about them. That's just
Girl,
talking
I
about the
wouldn't. I would
I wouldn't
decision.
suggest.
say
I'm pretty sure you can't say
You think she's like,
that.
no? Mm.
No, you can't. No, it would be too
Yes, you
risky
can.
because
You can come.
they can.
No, you can come on and
Mm-mm.
say hi. This is, me. I will not be discussing anything because the outcome of the case was this 2 years for this stalking and then cut it short.
Girl,
She's
she
not
not
gonna
gonna come
go
out
through.
and say that. I don't think
You
she gonna
don't
say
think
that.
so? Mm.
No, because then people go prompt her for questions and she mess around and slip up. Girl, that lady go to jail.
She could
I
keep
mean, we
all
don't know
her.
what she'll do, but I don't think the lady that stupid. I really
He
don't.
said she gonna wind up in jail because Beach don't think that she can come on here for 2 years and not speak on it.
That's really difficult to do. It
Hmm.
is. It's very difficult when you have a court case and to something that emotionally that you feel binded to, and to not say something, and especially the way that she would be harassed, like in regards to them calling her. With the trolls gonna
You
try to tear
know,
her up.
yeah.
Right.
She can you block your community wall so people can't?
Yes, she can. She can turn her community wall off if she was to come
Okay,
on. My suggestion would be to hers to turn her chat off and to turn her community wall off, and she just comes on and she just vents about maybe just how she feels. That has nothing to do with that case, because
sure.
anything that she said will be held against her in a court of law, and that's a
And
fact.
turn her comments off after every video.
Yes, turn
Even
everything
if
off
she's even
because
if she's
that would be
talking
a
about
third
the
party, sis.
weather. Yeah,
That would be
even
a
if she's
third
talking
party.
about the weather, I wouldn't leave
Hmm.
my comments on for anything because no matter what you're talking about, people are going to bring that up.
Yeah, they're gonna go down there and say, "Where your herpy, your hurt baby daddy at?" Or "Is you pregnant? Where the baby?" Or something, something like that. That will be
Yeah,
involved in the case. And when you have cases like this, it will have third party contact. So the third party contact would be like YouTube and somebody commenting. That's
I feel
another
yeah.
form of extension to harassment and stalking.
If she's pregnant, I just want her to be calm, find, she's really just find your zen place so you don't, get sick and something happen to the baby. You know what I mean? If she's pregnant, you can't get, you got to find a place where, you know, you're okay with all this. This is
Well, she should
sad.
be around 4.5. I mean, if she is, I mean, I ain't been keeping up with the dates now.
Has
That's
it
what,
been? I think it's been longer. Huh?
because it
April,
was
maybe?
9. It was like
April,
9 weeks
May,
a
June,
couple of
July,
weeks. A couple of
August.
months ago it was like 9 weeks.
Okay.
Remember when she came out and said she was 9 weeks? That was like a couple of months ago. But you know
You
what?
know,
Another thing,
Hmm.
you guys, when y'all talk about like why didn't she think they would go through with this or not? Remember when she was on VS page or panel?
Mm.
A lot of people
I
couldn't
don't
even
watch
register.
VS, so you have to
But
tell me.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully you went. But she was over there, and that not attorney, but what was his name? Y'all remember his name?
No, because remember you had to tell me all about that paralegal. He said he was a paralegal.
Yes,
Is that who?
paralegal. Okay, a
Yeah.
lot of people didn't even believe he was real because he was just acting so ratchet on the
You
live,
told
like
me.
so
Yeah.
ghetto and so ratchet and not
Mhm.
professional. So a lot of people didn't
Mhm.
even believe that that was that lady's attorney or he had anything to do with a law firm.
Well, well.
But I think people forget that people are, paralegals and attorneys are humans too. Like they eat and sleep and ride bikes and have partners and sex and drink and do, as long as they don't break the law. I knew that. You could tell that because he felt, to me, he felt so out. He ain't never been hit like that before. Even though he been to court, he ain't never seen nothing like that. That was too
When
much for
he
that white.
came
That was
online,
too much for him. That
when
was
he
too
first
much
came
for him. But
online, though, but when he first came online, he seemed so defensive, as if he was the one on trial. And then the way
well,
he was
because I believe he was
uh,
defensive. I believe he was defensive for his client, and Jason questioned him very well. I don't think that he was prepared to be questioned in such a very educated and superior. He wasn't prepared right then and
but he
there.
worked at
If
a
he'd have
law
been
Jason's
firm
prepared,
not
now.
intelligent.
But
Jason,
he works at
Jason,
a law firm.
Jason tore his ass up.
For him to work
I'm
at a
Jason,
law
sorry.
firm, he
Jason
should have
just
been a
busy.
little bit more prepared. Like you jumping on a panel.
But you a paralegal. Paralegal fill out paperwork though,
But
sis.
I understand that. I get that. But you also go to school for law, which I did, but I didn't want to be no lawyer. So what I'm saying is you have a lot of knowledge about what you can say about a case, what you can't say about a case. You are representing this big law firm, this prestigious law firm, and you on here acting like you work at McDonald's somewhere. He shouldn't have got his ass on here. But even still, Jason checked his ass and ran him off. He threatened to whoop his ass and beat up with him and everything. This is the paralegal.
Yeah, no, yeah, I forgot about that, girl.
You
Yeah, he
forgot
did.
all about that. Yeah, that motherfucker was acting like gangster, okay, some gangster. But even though we thought that he might have been a fraud, we see the whole case ain't a fraud now.
He
Yeah,
should
but
have.
see, my thing
He
is
should.
this: if she would
Mm-mm.
have at least took the, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sister. My bad.
You go ahead. Go ahead. I
What
go
I
on
was gonna
mute.
say is, at least if she would have took, Jason was really trying to help. I know Jason got his own thing, but she would have been better at least having Jason prepare her and prep her on how to handle going in court on, on your own. She could have used the entertainment portion and my First Amendment and blah 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 to a certain extent. Dropped the baby. Maybe she wouldn't have got a year. Maybe she could have extended it to both sides to where you get something like that. She didn't file. She didn't respond back. It's unfortunate. It's on her.
I
Go
will
ahead, that's
never
my
give
read.
Jason any credit for anything. She should have got her own. As a matter of fact, I think she used to threaten that she could get an attorney or she's got an attorney. because she sued someone before. Remember how she used to say she sued someone and she got a bunch of money? So yeah,
Girl, getting in a car
Jason used
accident
to.
and suing a bitch that can't drive is completely different with
She
getting
had. She said
charges
she
like
had.
that.
She said she had an attorney. That's all I'm saying. And she used to say that when all this stuff was happening, when the wife, you know what I'm saying, and she was threatening,
Oh
She
yeah,
said
going
she
she
off
did
needed
on the
say
that
that.
wife.
attorney
She
if she wanted
did
to get
say
all
she
that
had
good
an
money.
attorney,
She needed that
and
Well,
attorney to get all that good money. But for this, ain't no way I would have
and
went
mm.
in there without no attorney. No way
no,
It's
in hell.
no way I wouldn't have went in there without no attorney neither. If I would have got a paralegal or I'd have been hospitalized, I told you I would have fell right. The girl, I would have fell right out. Boom. They would have had to discon. If you ain't mentally capable to handle, you can get a continuance. Girl, I would have fell out. Bam. I
Oh,
like let my head hit the whole table.
hey Nicole, can you turn your mic down a little bit?
Oh, I'm sorry, sis.
They
I didn't
talking about
realize it
the
was
mic in the
loud.
chat, girl. They thought you was
I'm
Pizarro. They
sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know it was loud. I apologize, you guys.
That's okay. But Betty said but Jason said from day one there was no girl.
Jason said, "What would you say?"
There was no baby from day one.
How do all these people know what Jason says? That's why he won't go away, because everybody still goes to his community wall and goes to his lives and gives him replays. And then the next day, he's calling us the N word. I don't do that. I don't pay him any mind, and I sure don't give a damn what he has to say. That's just me. I don't play with white people like that. If you're going to call us all the N words, I don't have anything for you.
Hmm.
So I'll never, unless somebody does like this and tells me what he says, I'm not going.
Well, that's usually how I find out the tea.
Yeah,
If anything has to do with him by just by hearsay. But yeah,
yeah.
a lot of people thought she was never pregnant. Hey, Miss Toby. Hey, Very Carrie. Hey, she's power forward.
Tell Miss
What's up,
Toby to
Deanna?
come up.
Deanna,
Tell
you
Miss
said you was
Toby to
gonna
come
jump
up.
on the live.
Miss Toby, come up here.
Come on up here, Miss Toby. Deanna said she was gonna jump up here, but Deanna, I know she was out and about.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, feel free to hit the panel if anybody got something to say. If y'all heard something that I didn't hear, or if y'all actually went to the dockets and actually printed off and paid to print off something, because
Can
I
I
was like,
ask?
I'm not, because Tasha K and Cardi B was so high up on the food chain. I definitely paid to get all them docs when that shit
Can
was
I?
going. I brought that shit on here and I showed y'all the docs and did the commentary and everything. But I'm not. This ain't that type
I ain't
of.
paying for that.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I'm not paying, and it's $1 a page. And like I said, one of them,
How
as I
many
showed
pages is it?
one of them, I showed the picture a second ago. I'll put it back up there. But one of them is 90 pages.
I'm not paying. I'm not paying
So
200 for the info.
you would
Let
literally
somebody
have
else
to
do it.
pay. Yeah, and when I clicked on the 90
Nicole
page
say
thing,
no.
right, and when I clicked on the 90 page thing, it said which page do you want to print? Because you can print like one of the pages, 5, 6, 9, 11. But how the hell do I know which page got the good shit on it? So I was like,
True.
I know which one is the one that got that 90 on it.
see,
Somebody see go half on. I'll go half on it with you, sis. I'll do
hold
that. But
on.
I ain't
You
paying
think
no.
so?
Mm-mm.
Hold on, let me see.
Nicole say I
Okay, the
got
page with
5 on
90
it.
says response to civil harassment violence, and that was from August 13th. So if I just get page 90, you think I can get some shit off of page 90?
No, it's
Because
probably
I
Mm.
would think
somewhere
it
in
would
the
be more than
middle.
just one page. Yeah. Because with the
No,
Tasha
no,
K,
yeah, no, that's not. Mm-mm.
when I was paying for the
No,
Tasha K shit, that shit was like in the beginning and all
the
through the
T is in the
middle. It
complaint.
was good. Yeah, that Tasha K, them records was good. That shit was juicy.
Mm.
Hmm.
Can I ask? I'd just like to know. Does anyone know when? Uh, what's her name? Shoot, what's her name? The one that flew from Mississippi to California to watch the case. What's her name?
You
Beachy.
know, Beachy. This Beach is
Yeah.
better.
Does anyone know when her court date is with Seven?
I didn't hear her say it. I didn't
I
Okay.
hear her
can't
say it.
disclose that.
Do you know Nick? Oh, you know Nicole?
I
Did she
can't
say?
disclose, I can't disclose any information that I know in regards to what Beachy told me in regards to a future case. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
so
y'all.
Oh,
you
okay.
you been
Got
Yeah,
you.
talking.
Beach, that's my homegirl.
Okay,
Oh
I
Yeah.
did not
shoot.
know that. Okay.
Okay. I wish that was my homegirl.
You know what? You
Cause I,
Yeah,
you know how like
but I
some
can find out
people.
what pages to get.
can I
Oh, okay.
ask
Well,
you
hit her up
this?
there. Let her know what pages to get so I can order them.
Nicole, can I ask you this? And you may not want to answer. Did she fly from Mississippi to go to California to watch this case personally? Did she fly?
She in Alabama,
Okay, Alabama.
I don't know, but she did state that if she had to, that she would. I mean,
but she was saying on her
she
show
could have zoomed.
it sounded like she was there.
Yeah.
You can
So
just, okay.
Or like I said, she
I
could have
haven't
been.
spoke to her, but she did tell me she was going to fly in. I can't answer that. She did tell me
So
personally
I
she was
think she
going to be
did.
there
Yeah.
in
Thank
true
you.
fashion and in color and G'd up from head to toe with and already. Because y'all got to realize whatchamacallit came for my sister Beach. Like
Yeah.
she lied and said they had a friendship. I kept trying to tell people, they were saying you're a hater of women. I said no, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you, her and Beach were never friends
They
and
were
never
never
even.
friendly.
Girl, friends and friendly is two different things.
But you know what? A lot of people, and I know some people feel Beach was wrong and so many things, but I've always stood my ground where I'm like, it's your responsibility to make sure a nigga ain't got a whole wife and 25 kids at home and the hurts. Like that's
Thank
Yeah,
your
you.
that's true.
responsibility.
And the
And then
way she
now,
got.
if that was her, if they were cool and they were talking and they introduced, like I'm like, listen, y'all, for real, I grew up with a lot of niggas who weren't shit, right? But my homegirls would be like, "Who that dude or who that dude?" Hey, you take that. I'm not gonna tell all their business, but I'm also not gonna cock block. That's your responsibility. You gotta do your own due diligence with these fools out here. Now, if Beach did say, "Well, mess with him, just mess with him. He ain't married," and okay, still, it ain't like she's your best friend. It ain't your cousin. It ain't your mama. Like you can't just take people word. You know,
I agree with that. But I thought
Mhm.
they were friendly. And I'm wondering now if they were actually not friends, but friendly enough that Beach did actually introduce them. I'm questioning
No,
that
no, she
now.
did not introduce them. No, she
See,
did
there you
not.
go. And she said that
No, she did
Seven
not.
said that. Seven's
She
and
repeated
that's
wants it
that.
to
how
be
she
that way.
kept saying it.
No.
Yep, yep.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Unless
Wow.
I'm wrong, but that's not what I recall from what I was told. No, no, it was more like,
Wow.
what's up with this? What's up with this cat? I know that, I know this cat, and basically, buyer beware. Oh, well, it ain't like that, or it ain't,
Mhm.
that's this
Mm-hmm.
one on seven. Put it that way.
Girl, I
Mm.
know
It's not
females
on beach.
who don't
That's
care.
sweet.
They don't care. Like I have seen it with my own eyes. Like they will mess with the most grimiest nigga just because he look good or he got a good job or he got a nice car. And they hear all this shit about this nigga and they still don't care. Then they want to do this type of shit when the
Mhm.
dude fucks them over. They out there trying to bust his windows, run up on his
Yeah.
baby mama,
Mhm.
call his job, all that kind of shit.
Mm.
Oh, and then that's another thing. Speaking of jobs, they did say that they think that when Jason called her job, that it was effective because they don't even think she still has that job anymore. She talking about B said, I think she's doing Uber because she told Jason she needs to get her car inspected.
Well,
Did
they
you
do
hear
that
that?
in California. They do that. Before you can get your license every year, you have to get it inspected
I know. I mean, they
to,
even do that
for
here, not in
smog.
Nebraska, but in the next state
Hmm.
over in Iowa, they do that in Iowa
Hmm.
too. But and I'm not saying she worked for Uber. I'm just saying Beach was insinuating that, and I do think Beach does have a lot of information that we don't have. But she was really insinuating. You working for Uber now? I bet you if you are working for Uber, you ain't gonna be when they find this out. I was like, and
So
no
y'all
shade on the
really,
Ubers because y'all know I used to DoorDash, so no shade on the Ubers.
I'm wondering, I mean, wow. These aren't felonies, are they? Are these misdemeanors?
These are charges that you can't have doing particular jobs.
Right. That's
Not
Like
it. It
even
wouldn't even
Ubers?
matter, honey, if it was a petty crime. This is stalking and harassment
I
and
mean,
with
but you
a
threats.
couldn't get
conjoined
an
with a
Uber
restraining
with
order,
that?
girl. It's gonna be hard for
You
her to get a job.
Telling people you're gonna
wow.
kill them. But that was crazy when B said that Seven
Wow.
went in there talking about, but I didn't mean that, Judge. I didn't really mean I was gonna do anything like that. I just saw that on a movie. I'm like, Beach, are you pulling our leg right now?
Wow. A movie?
Beach, are you pulling our leg right now?
Mm.
I know Seven did not get up in there and say
I
that.
just always, Seven always came off intelligent to me. Too intelligent to go in there and say saw that on a movie, so she repeated it. I mean, mm, let me shut up because I'm flabbergasted. I don't know what else to say. I
Yeah,
mean,
Betty White Beach did say that Seven
That's
had
correct.
complaining about official right after her mom died, and I guess BT wasn't really trying to hear it, but some girls do that. I didn't have females hit me up looking for niggas before. Where your brother at? Where your cousin? Have you seen? Nope, 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 mm-mm,
mm,
mm-mm.
oh
And
boy.
this is exactly why. This is exactly why. Every time my brothers or cousins would start dating someone or some dude I know, you know how some females would get on Facebook and stalk their friends and send their friends friend requests?
Yeah.
I've
But,
never had a Facebook page, so I don't
well,
know. I've
honey, let me
heard of
tell
it.
you. This one chick was dating my little bro,
Mm.
one of my little bros, and she sent me a friend request and like 5 or 10 other family members a friend request, and we all know this hoe from dirt. And I didn't mean to call her a hoe, but she sent us all friend requests, and I'm like, I would even see her with my bro. They came to like my get-togethers, my party, all that shit, and I would see the girl and be cordial and stuff. But my bro would be like, "Hey, she sent you a friend request on Facebook, and I don't know her. I
Mm.
don't know her because a lesson that I learned was some females will do that because if something goes down, they can still have some type of access to that man. They might not be a Facebook friend with them, but if you tag that man, or if your man say something on that man say something on your post or anything, you know what I'm saying? They can see it and keep track of what's going on. So
I did
you
not
gotta
know
be
in
like in like
pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Probably pictures too, if you guys go
yep,
somewhere and take
Yeah,
pictures.
that's what they want. They want to get access to the mom, the dad, the cousin, the niece, so they can see family photos and see if he was where he was supposed to be, and
yep,
Right, you're right.
all that blah
Or
blah blah
after it's
crap.
over, obviously harass you
exactly.
guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah, so I don't accept that. You gotta be like knee deep. You gotta be like with somebody I know for a long time before I accept you as a friend request. So
does this
that's just
sadden you guys that it got to this point, or are you guys like whatever?
this is good entertainment.
What
I
about you,
don't get that
Nicole?
invested. I don't get that invested.
I'm
Like
not that. I think because there could be a baby involved. I think that's pulling on my
I think we are
heartstrings.
kind of up to the point where
You know what? Don't do me.
we ain't
I
no little
feel
Dusty or little Dusty yet
a dust
coming
mite.
anytime soon.
Deanna called them
Little
dust
dust
mites.
mites.
Okay,
That was
Nicole.
funny though.
Nicole like
Yeah, Nicole
whatever.
Baines does
Yeah,
fight.
y'all know I cry in Charmin commercials. This
Okay, so
does
you
bother
feel
me.
Hold on,
me?
hold on, hold on, y'all. I
Okay.
think Miss Sassy Boo. Let me put up one of my desserts that I made
Oh
on the
my
panel.
goodness, sassafras.
Oh, that's so cute.
Is that you,
Dozens of
Sassy Boo?
cousins, annual Chris. That's so cute. Ooh, you're such a good cake maker. Hey, y'all.
Yes,
You
she
know
is.
that's
Hey.
Gabrielle Union's family,
Hey,
right?
Oh, is it? I know she's from Omaha. That's so
Yeah, dozens
good.
of cousins. That's her family. They just had their annual reunion last week. But yeah, before the Rona, I used to make cakes for their family. Hmm.
That's awesome. Hey, NR, what's up, girl? I answered you. I answered your 911, but just today I just got it. It went to some funky folder in IG.
yeah, I think because we weren't like added, you know what I'm saying? They probably thought I was spam or something because I was just messaging and stuff or
Right.
whatever. But I had got it, girl. I kikied, so I said no, she didn't. You ain't shit. I love it.
Right.
Nicole, you're breaking up.
Oh,
Uh-uh,
am I, y'all?
Nicole, you're
not
breaking
on
up
our
just a
side.
little
You
bit.
coming through good to me. You want to
Not on
talk,
Oh,
our
okay, I'm
side,
Mario?
sorry.
Choreo.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Choreo. Hey, the hood table. What did I say, Nicole? I forgot.
No, it was just what. Yeah, I heard about the candidate.
Oh, yeah.
I just, I was like, oh, shit. I just laughed so hard. I was like, that lady been on. I knew you were on vacation. I knew that,
I
but I
wasn't on
just wanted you to at least get the
vacation.
message when you got back because I was really concerned about Miss
I wasn't
Sophie.
on vacation. I was out of town working. But yeah, I
Oh,
wasn't.
my bad. Oh, let
Yeah,
me clarify that. She was
I
handling
was
business, getting
on vacation.
coin. Okay.
Yeah, okay. I wish it was, yeah, but it was hard work. And in the middle of it, I'm like getting 911 messages. I was like, oh Lordy. But on back on topic. Hey, everybody in the chat. Okay, I just have a few quick questions because I was not able to kind of watch this the second, I'll call it like the second half of this story. I knew everything about the first half, but then I fell off. So Dusty, Dusty and his wife took Seven to court for a restraining order, right?
Mm-hmm.
Harassment and stalking and death
Ooh,
threats. Unalive threats.
ooh,
Yes.
that's threats.
Yes.
Okay.
Sophia, the one with the Facebook,
Uh-huh.
the YouTube channel, Sophie's Cooking, took her to court. Bye, son, love you. Took her to court, for stalking and harassment, and she has a 2-year gag, so she's not can't say anything, no content, no nothing like that. And girl, they said she came up to court for those type of charges. They telling you can't see your baby daddy for all them years, and she didn't mention anything of the sort about a baby. And they said she wasn't showing, and she should be about what 5, 4, 5 by
About
now.
4 months at least. So, okay. So does that mean that was this court case on Zoom or did officials show up to court?
I don't know if officials showed up for court. I know that Beach was there.
Well, I
Seven
know
was
I don't
there.
think Beach was there. I think Beach is hearing this secondhand. So that's
I
my
don't
question.
know. She might be. She might be. But okay, Beach, you are coming off as if you were there because I watched her whole
Well,
live.
she might
No,
feel
she was from when I talked to her when all of this went down. She gave damn. I don't want to be loose lips or whatever.
And don't yeah, don't slip
Most
up. I
likely,
know
she
y'all
was there.
cool.
She was
I know
there.
y'all cool,
Put
but
it
don't
that
That's
way.
good enough.
So
That's good
no.
enough, Nicole.
She got us the
Yeah.
okay.
information we
Well,
need.
then I have
So
questions.
yeah,
Most likely, Beach flew from Alabama to LA to go to this court, is what you're saying. Most likely. Okay.
okay. Hear this out,
Was
Sassy. Before you go on, Sassy. She did say in her show that she knew her name was gonna come up, so she had to be there. That's why I thought, and I took notes. That's why I thought she came, but I don't know.
Because
again,
Sassy, she's pressed charges against Seven, remember? So it's almost like she
yeah,
was
but I
going
don't
there for
know.
more
But I,
info.
I get it, but I don't know anybody who's going to spend that kind of money. So the other question is, no one made it clear that it was. I'm just saying, like that's kind of
I get
silly.
it. I get
But
it.
no one, so no, neither. So the only person that we've heard talk about this since Seven has a gag order is Beach, and she did not make it clear whether it was a Zoom or she flew out. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And then do we know if official or Sophia's whatever was there?
Sophia was there.
That's via Beach, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so 2 year gag order, they're saying the stomach wasn't showing however Beach saw her, she saw her is what you guys are saying, which is the bottom line. But I just was curious about the flying out or Zoom. It's not that particular, but then too, I would have commentary if you spent that kind of money to get somewhere, right? So, but
Right.
anyway, but Zoom seems more likely, but nevertheless,
Or secondhand from Dusty, but it just sounded like she was really there. Put it this way, she can really tell a vivid story if she was not there.
I can tell a
Well,
vivid story. I ain't never there. So
Well,
you know what I mean?
I know, but I'm just saying,
I'm just
the
saying.
way
That's
she looked, the way she was acting, the way she was this, the way she was, how she was saying Seven was acting, and
Most
all.
likely, I'm telling you, and you can cuss me out, Sassy. I believe that she was there.
That's what I think she was there.
She was
Yeah.
there because yeah.
okay. So
And she's
and
real good friends with her, but she can't say anything right now, really.
I understand what she's saying. So
Yeah.
I'm like 85% on NRs. I get it, but I'm still that 15%. I would like to know, like, for sure from her. Y'all know me. I like to hear from the person that
Mm-hmm.
No,
point
I
blank,
get you.
yeah, point blank period. I was there, or point blank period. I was on Zoom, because then that alters my,
Right.
my thought process just a tad bit. I don't think it should. I'm not sure if that's fair, but it does. I'm just being honest. Okay, got it. Got it. Thank you for that, Nicole.
And
Two
if
year.
you want to go on the court thing and get the court case, I can send you the court case number if you need it.
No, I don't really want to read that transcript. Seems like it would be quite boring.
I'm just offering. I'm just saying it's out there. Now it is
Yeah,
$1 a page though.
There's a
no.
lot of pages on. Isn't the one page like 90 pages? That's what the juice is.
Yeah. Here it
Yeah,
is right here.
I'm not spending any money on it. And plus, like I said, I'm not. I do read some transcripts, but I'm not reading this, and I feel like I can get it. But dang, so that means Seven can't talk about it. So that means we. Then does that? So the
And he
couple.
can't talk about it either. He can't talk about it either.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. So the couple can't talk about it. Seven can't talk about it. So they have a representative in Beach. I wonder if Seven's going to get a representative to talk about it. But then that might be violation, because then they would know that she's the one that told them. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that okay. All right, I think that's probably it. Now that I know that nobody can talk about it, there's no way for me to hear it from, you know what I mean? Not that Official and his wife were ever going to talk about it publicly, but okay. Wow. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this Sunday, but I
And
feel
that's
like
the thing though. That's the thing though, Sassy. They wanted all this shit to go away when it first started happening. So I doubt if they really come out, either one of them, especially the wife. I mean, she seems really like a professional. She owns a lot of property, a lot of real estate. She's a chef. She has a lot of followers on her channels. I just think they just wanted it to go away, but Seven kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And then with the kids, dragging the kids for filth like she did and posting their pictures, I think that's what just took the cake. That was just like the horse that broke the straw that broke the camel.
yeah, I think what people have to realize is that when you mess with certain people who have access, it's not probably going to go in your favor. These people in these sectors are used to just calling the police or going to court, and it's all for naught, right? Because neither party may have the real access that other people that don't get into this kind of mess do, right? And so there's a reason why certain people like myself and probably 10 or 15% of the other people don't like to get into mess, because I'm not gonna really play with you. I mean, my access is long, you know what I'm saying? So we just gonna get down to the business. So I mean, that's kind of in defense of Seven, and then against her as well. Like, Seven is used to playing the B sector game, you know what I mean? So I don't think she foresaw this, because this has really
Mhm.
probably never happened. I mean, of all the court cases we see, there really is never any kind of real resolution or anything going, because nobody's hired an attorney. Nobody has real access to understand the wording, the absolute, the good. I mean, excuse me, the exact wording to use to make something stick and all that. It's just kind of all fluff. Okay, well, I don't think this is a story I could add to the docket because like I said, I really don't. I really have not watched enough of the second half of it to
Well, let
understand.
me ask you this, Sassy. Would
Mhm.
you have brought an attorney to court with you for these
Well,
type of charges?
first of all, I wouldn't have those type of charges, right?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, but yeah.
so it's kind of hard for me to put myself in that situation because I'm not going to be talking about people's kids publicly or even probably privately, other than saying that little baby ugly or something like that, which I don't think that's criminal. Um, so it's hard for me to say
No,
because
it's
it, like
not.
I
It's an
said,
opinion.
if you're doing those type of things, I really do think that you think that it's surface, that it's roasting and gagging. I don't think you think, mentally that, oh, this is going to go somewhere. I think you're doing it to hurt a person's feelings or to get up under their skin. I don't think you're doing it for it to go to court. But on the other side, it seems like the lady is the real deal, even though she's had a baby by a complete infested Dusty.
They say she got a lot. They
Ooh,
say
let me
her
go
money
on mute.
long,
I'm
child. They
going
say
on
her
mute on
money
that.
long.
Okay.
Corey,
But you
there's
know what, Sassy? Even though they say her money long, um, just from okay, we done seen many scenarios, all the way to
Okay.
Tasha K and other bigger YouTubers, all the way down to us little people down here in the B sector. We done seen it time and time again. Shit can go to court. You can be kicked off social media. You can be put in jail. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Right. So when people are out here doing this type of behavior and the doxing and all that other kind of stuff, you would think that they would be smart enough to either not do it anymore or either at least have somebody on retainer, at least have some money. Y'all stacking all these chips, making all this money from all this beefing and coins keeping y'all near and all that other kind of stuff. But y'all act like ain't nothing people still act like nothing will happen to them. That
Look
just
how many years they've been doing it and nothing has happened.
but stuff do happen.
Not
Mm-mm,
on the in the beef sector, no.
not in the beef sector.
But that's why I said all the way up to the higher ups, all the way down to us little people down here. We didn't have people be kicked off of social media. We didn't have people lose their
Mm-hmm.
channels. We didn't have, I mean, even stuff
That's
But
like
not
not in the beef.
tangible though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
not.
that's not as tangible. Okay, so
Mm-mm.
you're conflating a lot, right? So the reason why Tasha
Mm-hmm.
K did what she did because nothing previously had
It
happened.
happened.
Right.
Right. That's
Right.
what I said.
She was the first case that a big timer was like, "Oh no, bitch, not with me."
and so
So
for
Mm-hmm.
Seven to be so close to her as she claims,
yeah, but that's
like you
nobody
literally
cheating.
see this happening and you still
But
behaving
you
like
don't
it.
equate that to your real life. That's Cardi B and Tasha K. Seven is not either. She's Seven. She's not Tasha K. So that she would not
So
assume that this she doesn't know. Remember, this is still foremost ahead of her mind. This is a Dusty. He ain't got no money. He fuck with me. He hurt my feelings. So now I'm about to hurt his feelings. She's not thinking about his wife or that
so
his
she
wife.
basically thinking people down here on these streets, nothing like that would ever happen. And I don't
Exactly.
believe that. See, I believe quite the opposite.
It depends
Well,
on who they mess with. Even
Yeah.
this is
Go ahead.
uh-oh. What
Go ahead,
happened?
Sassy.
What
Oh, did
happened?
she go out?
access.
I
That's what I'm
think
trying to
so.
tell you. It's
Oh,
most
you went
likely.
out. You went out, Sassy. You went out. Could you repeat that last part? You went out.
I said it's even Sophia is not beef sector. So she doesn't know anything about this lady. I don't want to say anything because I'm not trying to wish any harm on me, but I'm thinking, first of all, I don't talk my business. Okay. So they don't,
Mm-hmm.
nobody knows me or my name or anything. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking that they may think twice or three times to fuck with me. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I could just be full of it. You know what I mean? But
No.
it's
They know
probably
who to fuck with, sis. No, you ain't lying about that. They know what to
it,
push and they know who to fuck with when it come to court shit. I
that's
agree with that.
or anything related to the such, right? Because if you dox me, bitch, we're not talking about it. We're going, it's straight action. Okay. Because now you have violated my privacy. But but I don't do things to people to make them want to do it. But let's just say somebody want to do it for the fun of it. Okay, let's go. Right. So because
Mm-hmm.
but for you to do that, you have to have a certain amount of access to something. I mean, it it's like I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get into all. I just think that she was her feelings were hurt. this is what she reverted back to what she usually did in the past. She tried to be good for a couple of years. She was extremely hurt by the situation. Let's not, this whole court thing is one thing and what she did, but what that dude did to her while all the time by being married, that is like, that's super duper low.
So did he do anything to her though?
I mean, but let me ask you this, Sassy. Let me ask Sassy this. Sassy, do you okay? But if he I think both of them were wrong. Marriage is at the high of the totem pole. But he was legally separated from his wife. Now, in my opinion, he shouldn't have been still doing anything. But I can't say that the man is Christian. So
who said that? Who said he was legally separated?
Right.
Him and his wife. I don't know if there was.
I don't know if it was legally. I just heard he was separated.
They were separated. There was some. Oh shit! Let me be quiet.
Yeah, you see, you're giving us tea, girl.
No. But see, what you're doing is repeating what someone else told you about what someone else told you. And I understand if there's a trust there, then you can trust that. But for me personally, we have never heard from official about his status.
Never.
And
you never will.
Okay.
He ain't gonna come out and say nothing.
Okay, but I'm just telling you, we've never heard from him about his status. We've never heard from the wife about their status. And he was able to pick up from Seven's house and go directly back to that woman. So separated when and where? For 2 weeks? He was fucking
I agree. But this is my thing. Isn't it our responsibility as single women, especially with Seven being one of the best doxers of the beef sector? You Google everybody, but you didn't Google him.
Let me tell you.
That's where I'm at with that one. I don't know.
That sounds biased to me, and I understand why, because you have more information than we do. But no, I don't. I mean, I get it, I guess, but I don't Google people like that. Listen, I'm not saying she wasn't silly.
For
that's fine. You're right. So we're all different, right?
Yeah, I've been doing my research, honey. Yep.
I don't see that means nothing to me. Like, unless you're some mass murderer, it doesn't mean anything to me. And I don't start trying to figure out stuff until I figure out that I like you. But just to date somebody or to entertain somebody, I may check out like well, see, I don't even do that. Like when me and Langston first got together, he told me his job. I'm like, oh, really, nigga? That's what okay. Well, let's see. Then I'm listening to what meeting are you about to go to and how you're talking about your job. And then when we first met, he had to do something in regards to work. So I literally saw him logging in to that job. That's kind of how I do stuff. Like I want to see it and hear
it.
I
get what you're saying. Right.
All the who you related to, who your mama is, where you live, all that. People out here is crazy.
That doesn't mean
anything. I be getting nervous. I can't see that good, so I gotta make sure you ain't gonna try to hurt me. Look.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're not. So that's what I'm saying. I don't bog myself down.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't bog. They can be lily clean and have committed 15 crimes and just never got caught. I don't bog myself down with that kind of stuff. Let me meet you. Let's see how I'm feeling, and then. If you just sitting on the couch, but you told me you was in upper management, it's gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really nothing for her to Google, except for that one point. I guess you guys are trying to say about the marriage. That was the only thing.
No, that's what. Yeah, that I would have. That's the only thing. Okay, if he say he was a manager, and I could get over all of that. But if based on my religion, I need to know if you're married or divorced, and I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, that's fine. That's like I said, to me, I've never dated somebody who's married before. So that's probably not going to be at the top of my list of Googling if I can find some public record about you or not. I'm just not like that. That's fine if the next person is. So I'm just saying, for me, if Seven didn't Google whether or not he's married, I don't even know where to Google that. I'm assuming it's a part of some kind of public records. But like I said, for me, it's about once we get to know each other, and then way down the line, I come to your house, I may make sure that that deed is in your name and not somebody else's name. Like that's kind of
Then
how
what's the difference? Then what's the difference?
because it's down the line. That's the major difference.
Right. Oh, yes.
That's what I'm talking about too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
You're suggesting that right now, today, when I decide to go out on a date somebody, I should Google them, and I'm not.
No, I don't think exactly depending on the gate. It just depends on the atmosphere for me because I haven't done it. And the time that I didn't, my homegirl did. And this man was a 3-tier child molester. And I was so glad that she was nosy.
And
Well,
I definitely look
3-tier.
at that type of stuff too.
Yeah, I don't know what that
I
means,
agree with
but
my
that's
research.
pretty disgusting. Yeah, I don't.
That's the most violent that you can be as
That's
being,
like the worst case scenario ever in life. I know for a fact I've never dealt with a molester because of the type of jobs that these men have. But okay, I get it. If that's a trigger point for you, like I said, I don't want to belabor the point. If you look it up, good. I'm just telling you from my perspective, I don't go before I go on a date with somebody. I don't Google them. That's it.
Let me ask you this, sis. If the person is an executive electrician, would you think that they have been through a lot of background checks?
I don't know what that means. I never dated an
Like
electrician.
electrician. They got to come in, wire houses. Like, they got to go to.
I wouldn't think that. That's a labor job. No, I would. That's not a corporate job.
Oh, okay. You know what? Thank you for telling me that. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
It's not
no, I
corporate.
wouldn't think that. I
So
wouldn't
why
think someone
would? Okay, so they could slide into the cracks.
who
Never
owns
mind.
I would think someone who owns a plumbing company has gone through a fingerprinting. No, they haven't. They may make just as much money as that mid or upper level management, but they haven't gone through the same rigmarole. You know what I mean? So that's two totally different things.
No, you're right. I didn't think about it. Like I didn't think of it. You just gave me an epiphany.
If they
Thank you.
do have a labor job, that's probably when I'm gonna be like, oh, and I'm just gonna ask them straight up, like, okay, have you got any trouble in your past? But see, but I'm not like, I don't care if you've been to jail 20 years ago. I don't care about white collar crime. How much did you get them for? Shit, did you get away with it? Did you go to feds? I see certain stuff I don't care about. It's only a few things. Did you mess with children, old people, and do you have a relationship with your family, your children, your parents? That's really all I care about. Other than that, we can, if that checks out, we good to go. So that's how
I agree. I'm the same way, but I have a stipulation where I can't. But sometimes the stipulations can't have felons around certain children, even if it was old.
I don't have that stipulation. I don't give a damn. As long as it was feds and it was white collar.
Isn't always important to others. So that's just how it's gonna be.
Yeah, I date high earners. So sometimes they didn't mess up in their lives. It's all good to me. Like I said, I don't care how old your kids are. Are they in your life? Are your parents living? Do you have a good relationship? Because I'm not getting into any extra baggage type shit. I don't care what the excuse is. I don't want no parts of it. Oh, and any type of, recovering alcoholic, recovering drug addict, I don't want no parts of it. And guess what? I can't Google that. I have to rely on them to tell me the truth.
Or see it. Because
see it. That's fact.
People, no matter the male or female, when they're faking it in a relationship, when they meet someone new, they can usually only last on the fakeness about 90 to 120 days. So it usually comes out.
You can look somebody up and find out their record too, their criminal record.
I'm like, I've never did a background check on anyone. If I, when I was younger and I lived in my home state, I had so many cousins, I could just, from all different grade levels and, around the city, I could kind of ask and find out because usually one of them would know a sister or, you know what I mean? So I did that. But once I moved out of state, it's kind of hard to, you just kind of have to go on. You have to kind of find out and be, really watch things and keep your head on a swivel. And I never even snuck and looked at phones or anything.
Let me tell you something funny. I've never done any of that, right? I've never even dated someone that someone else recommended or someone else knew. My entire life, I was an international flight attendant at 19. So I was traveling, doing stuff. So like I said, I had my list. High earner is number 1, 2, and 3. I don't date broke niggas. Period. Okay. Under no circumstances. I don't care about no excuses. No, I don't care you down on your. I don't give a damn.
Right.
I just don't. Never have. Period. 1, 2, and 3. Then we start with number 4 through whatever. Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I had a girl, one of my best friends. She was trying to date this guy. He lived in my city. She lived in another city. And I started digging around because I didn't like the dude. I met him. She came to my city and he came to pick her up from dinner. And he supposedly worked for Charles Schwab. And, he couldn't even look me in my eye. He wasn't dressed appropriately. He parked his car down the street so I couldn't see it. I didn't like the dude, right? So I started checking around. One of my other good girlfriends, she's like, girl, let me ask around because he just seems familiar. Anyway, long story longer, he had been in the inbox of another homegirl of hers who I've never met, don't know. Girl, then I started finding out that he knew one of my other homegirls by way of whatever. I reach out to her, Carla, and I say, Carla was a preacher's wife. She was divorced now, 9 kids, like, kind of a nubiology kind of story. Badass chick that's being taken care of, but, divorced, blah, 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 right? Well, newbie is not but divorced, which I know what I'm trying to say. But anyway, with the kids and all that, good living, all that stuff. I reach out to Carla and I'm like, hey, tell me about old boy. She's like, oh, he's like very respectful. He's nice. He takes care of his kids. He's this, he's that. That shit was a bunch of shit and a crock. Okay. Maybe that's who she knew, but that's not who that nigga was. So, I don't get into all of that. And like I said, we're getting sidetracked. I think Nicole is basically saying that they're both culpable in the situation. I told Seven this when I did a recap. There was 15,000 red flags, flaming red flags for her not to get involved with this dude. She ignored all of them. I'm not
flaming
trying to
herps.
I agree.
I said flaming herps.
Oh, well, that's just
I'm sorry.
No, the end of that sentence is that's just one red flag, but there was about 15 red flags, right? She still got involved with them. Got it, right? But she did not know. I believe her when she said she did not know he was married. That's the journey. That's the first part of the journey. Second part of the journey is when she got her feelings hurt. That's how we got on this conversation. Did he really do her bad? Yeah, I mean, yeah, he did. He's married. I don't think him and his wife were ever separated. I think his wife lets him go off and does these excursions because she obviously is a very lax woman when it comes to boundaries and rules to even be dealing with him. And I personally think that they're both down for the bullshit. Like, oh, okay, you want to go and seduce this lady from YouTube, which Beach alluded to. Oh, his wife knows exactly where he is. So all this separation stuff, I'm not buying that, right? Because if Beach is the authority on this subject, which she's proven herself to be, then that means we're going to believe most of what she said. She did allude to the wife knows exactly where he is. So, okay, they're kind of down, maybe a little bit of an open relationship, kind of down with the fuck shit, whatever. But they weren't used to someone going this hard. So then she's like, "No, you didn't got yourself involved." Oh, Beach said she said something about the wife made a phone call and said, "Okay, it's time to come back home." Like it's enough of this shit already. That Negro picks up, goes back home. Everything is lovely. Well, whatever it is in that house. Then Seven is getting all this information. Seven wasn't the only one antagonizing it. Beach was in for the fool-la-la. You know what I'm saying? Beach and Seven going back and forth. Beach is a proud woman. Beach is like, oh, you think I don't have access to this nigga? She does this impromptu thingamajig on, we're eating Indian food and all that. That's to antagonize Seven further, right? So just because old boy wasn't up there, or official or his wife, they still had Beach that could antagonize her, and they used her in that way, meaning used in a good way, like she was willing participant to antagonize Seven. So then Seven goes to, I didn't see all that because I don't want to see people messing with children, and I didn't see all that, but I heard about it and I believe it. And then the bottom line is the wife is pulling her trump card, like, so you're not just gonna take what we giving you, you're gonna keep going. We're gonna put an end to this shit. That's how I see it.
Okay. Well, I think it is, I don't know. Maybe she didn't know, but knowing that he had all them different women, I feel sometimes we can be, as women, be arrogant, and I think we can, due to the lack of experience in relationships. And I'm not trying to judge sis, but I'm gonna put myself in this pool. When you adopt it or whatever, you have identity issues. She was in foster care, so sometimes we'll bend the rules to deal with people because, well, somebody didn't want me, or I was adopted, or I was in
Of
foster care.
course she has
We find
abandonment.
ways to just.
Of
I'm sorry.
course.
Go ahead.
No, I
So
was agreeing
I feel
with
okay.
issue.
So I feel like she just skated past the fact that he had multiple different kids with multiple different women, and that she heard, about the wife, and I think that she wanted to believe that she was the one. I'm just giving my opinion. I don't know that she wanted to be the one, that her coochie would be the best, and that he wouldn't do her like that. And unfortunately, he did do you like that. And he
Well,
did you worse. He broke
okay,
your heart.
so go
And,
ahead.
you know, that's his. Go ahead.
Um, Well, she's powered for it. I don't think she means every single person that was adopted, but I do think that we can agree that perhaps Seven may have some abandonment issues. Her situation is a lot different. It was built off of trauma. That is, and some.
Right. And let me not just say abandonment issues. It don't even have to be, but people that are adopted, there's a good 90% chance that you have identity issues. Look up,
Identity,
it's
abandonment,
not
however.
you. Right.
Oh,
But whoever
I
commented to you.
I wasn't adopted. Yeah. So, but you're saying, yeah, but okay. I don't know what the stat is, but I understand abandonment, identity. I get it. Also, we have to add that Seven situation was the highest level of trauma that I'm thinking any of us have ever heard of. That was a high level of
I
trauma.
agree. I
But
agree.
I don't get the infatuation, and I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't get the infatuation of you saying, "Oh, but she knew he was married." So are you saying that absolves him of any culpability? Because if you believe that
No,
she,
I don't. No, I don't believe that it absolves him of culpability. I think it makes him responsible. But what I do believe that it made her not safe. It created instability. She became powerless. Once she was aware of this, and due to her mouth, she started losing power every time she made a video, every time she commented. I don't think she knew what she was messing with. This wasn't no beef sector people. They about to yoke your ass up in the courtroom, girl, and it ain't gonna be good for you in your future. You don't want no restraining order. I actually made videos trying to convince her to stop, but don't know, I ain't nobody for her to listen to. But I was just trying to tell her I got people that got experience down in California, and them judges, and how they act about certain stuff. And please don't they don't like this YouTube shit that go on in the beef sector. Don't let them use you as an example. Back off.
yeah, can I just address the audience real quick? She's power. I have never experienced that level. I've never experienced that level of trauma ever. I come from a little like normal dysfunction, so I have never experienced what I would consider trauma. That's number one. Number two, Deborah S. You asked 3 times. I need an example figure of what is considered a high earner. What do you think is a high earner? I mean, I might say 250, you might say 80. I don't know, baby, whatever it is to you. But just know that Sassy only fucks with high earners. That's for
Girl,
Sassy.
100. That's 125,000 and over with
I don't know.
property,
That ain't even no.
and they
This
gotta.
2020, you
That
ain't
might be a
bought
little bit too low, girl. Wait. I know you're
You
gonna
take
say no to
care of me.
125.
We both got to be making 125 then, which
Right, yeah, right. Okay,
So
right.
I mean, so I'm just saying, everybody got their
That's
shit.
the low, but that's the low end, high end though.
Right. That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
Isn't that the low end, high end?
It is. I mean, because once you do 401k and taxes and all that, and paying for critical care, insurance. Now, I don't know. What I mean, she asked 3 times. So I was like, well, girl, why you keep why you keep asking? I don't know what your number is. You want me to say a number? I'll be damned. Because my number, I assure you, I don't think my number is your number if you keep asking 3 times. But anyway.
That's gonna get you, girl. I will move
I
along and figure out what your number
once
is,
you
daughter. I'm just
once you
saying.
sit,
asked
oh
three
my
times, Deborah. Deborah, I'm not getting deep. I'm laughing at you because you asked 3 times. Like, I need to know. I'm like, girl, I don't know what your number is, baby.
I didn't
It
even
comes
think
with
about
all
it
black
once you
cards in Discover, honey. It's not,
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
Whatever it is, everybody's different. I'm just saying, everybody got. The point of me saying that is that everybody has their boxes to check off. You know what I'm saying? And the point of me saying is that we don't. Oh, okay, Deborah. Okay. That's what it was, honey. You just showed up 3 times. I was like, okay, but I get it. I do that sometimes too. Go ahead, ladies. I'm sorry.
I didn't even think about it once you said it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares? But that's you. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, everyone is different. So, my high earner might be your low earner. But what I
Yeah.
wanted to say is I kind of feel like a lot of it was, to me, the scale is tipped more for Seven to have did her due diligence, because when you are out here in the world and you're a female and you've dated and did this, everyone lies at some point, but I'm talking about as far as dating. And you're a female, you can't trust men like that. You just can't. And I'm not saying do a background check, but once you find out that they're married, that should be it. You shouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt. You shouldn't worry about if they're separated or not. Call me when you're divorced, or
Once
call
I see you
me
taking
like,
herpes meds, it's a wrap.
hmm. What'd you say?
I said,
Would
once
you?
I see somebody taking herpes medicine, it's a wrap.
Well, that too, but I wasn't even gonna go there.
No,
But
it's so
you
much.
know,
Once I see,
not that I got no shit like that, but I'm just saying, let me just say this. Some people can be born with that. They deserve to
we're
date and
gonna
have love too.
now
What
we're
if
gonna go.
they're not active? What if it's just in their blood?
Okay, so see, now we're gonna go round and round about what we will accept and what we wouldn't accept, right? So now you're gonna get now. So you care if they were born with it or not? We saying we don't give a fuck what they say. We not. We I don't.
Okay.
I don't want to be
Yeah,
serious.
that R.
I
Kelly
have sex
shit.
with
He got
you.
But
that
I'm
R.
just
Kelly
saying,
shit.
like, nobody has to agree, but I'm just saying, if you had chicken pox and you get a certain um, test that is a lower end, uh, Slurpees, whatever test, you can actually get a false positive that. Some
Now,
people
oh, you're
have
going
that
too
in their.
deep.
Child,
Some,
You're going
no,
too
no,
deep
no.
into
that's
it.
okay, but I'm just saying. Okay, y'all.
You know why
about
R.
false
Kelly made that
negatives. We're
song?
talking about if he has herpes or not. I don't know if the man has herpes. Seven says
Yeah,
she wanted to
allegedly.
wait.
Allegedly.
No, I'm not saying that he has it or not. I'm just saying in general, what if it's a good man or a good woman and she was
I
born
don't
that
give
way
a
but never had
fuck.
it?
That sounds
Okay,
crazy.
I
Oh
get what
my
she's
I
saying.
don't
god.
give a bump.
Oh,
Me either.
Ain't
that's
Me,
like
nothing wrong with
me.
a
I
little bit of
don't
bump and
care if
grind.
you're an
That's where that song came
ex-alcoholic
from.
or not. I don't care if you've gone through a wonderful journey and
exactly.
you're a wonderful person. I drink. I'm not going to be concerned with you waking up one day and being triggered by me drinking. I don't care. I'm not
Right.
dating an alcoholic. I'm not dating a recovered alcoholic. I'm not dating a
Mm-mm.
recovered drug addict. I've never dealt with drugs. I've never seen
Mm-mm.
drugs before in my entire
Mm-mm.
life. I don't care. I'm not going to even know if you're a good person because I'm not going to get to know you. Some
I
people have
get
Exactly.
you.
some people have
Mm-mm.
hard boundaries. So I'm saying where we
Hard
have those
boundaries.
hard boundaries, and like Deborah S was saying, oh, what's your number? That's what I'm saying. Sometimes I feel like everybody has a different number. Let me finish that sentence. We all get hung up because we're projecting. It's like what would we do? What would we do? But we don't that I would never be in that situation because the nigga was broke.
Mm-mm. Mm.
The nigga was broke. I would have never.
True.
You can't date me
Ooh.
living behind a fucking daycare, and I got to drop you off every day. We not
Yeah.
gonna get to know each other.
And the no car. I mean, there was just so much that.
It was a
No,
lot.
I have drawn the line at the no driver's license. Okay, I can't deal with it. You can't smoke, and you got to have a valid driver's license, and you
Yeah,
couldn't
I
just get
can't
it
do
yesterday.
smokers. I
Yeah,
can't do
I like
smokers, and
no.
the reason why I can't do smokers because I smoked for 15 years, and I'm going on year 15 smoke free. So I can't be around smokers because not like it'll trigger me after 15 years, but it's a habit I didn't want, prayed for on my knees, everything, sacrificed to try to quit that shit. So no, I can't do smokers. But seven, I think what she was trying to say to y'all is ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
Yeah, it is when it's bumpy. See, that's the kind of stuff that visually you're seeing it, mentally, there's things to deal with. Like, Sassy said, a million and three red flags. There's nothing about him at all that is attractive to me. Even if I wanted a little something something at 2 in the morning, he would not be. No, no,
And I think another
no.
thing that we have to realize is if you come from that high level of trauma and having, dealt with it or gone to therapy to have the right tools, you may see other people's faults and to want to be there for them, want to not, turn them away. I'm pretty sure if she gets close to somebody, she gets close to people and she tells them about that high level of trauma that she goes through, or people are saying happy Mother's Day and she said, oh, my mom is on Skid Row. That's devastating to me. you know that's just it's devastating to me. And so you're constantly reminded that you don't have your mother in your life, and that because you didn't have your mother in your life, you had to deal with this severe trauma. And who knows if she's on the victims list when the lady who murdered those children comes up for parole, or it's just a thousand and things to think about that could really trigger her. And so I said it at the time, I think one of the reasons why she was willing to give him a chance is uh because perhaps she doesn't get a lot of male attention. She seems to be a bit of a isolated person, so I'm not making excuses for her. I just always want to know what the reasons why this may have happened, so if I can constantly say I would never, I would never, I would never, but I wouldn't say that if I was talking to her, because it seems condescending. And it's like, you don't even come from where I come from, so maybe you wouldn't. But maybe you would if you had lived, a few years in
Maybe
my shoes.
you're right. Through the years listening to Seven, and there's nothing wrong with this. I have plenty of a couple of friends and family members that are just like this. I always felt that Seven uh, love being in love. You know how some people just want to be in love and they like
Yeah,
to talk about it, and you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that because, people want love. But she was very romantic when it came to talking about love and what she wanted. You know what I mean?
she
So
was.
I
Yeah.
think she would probably, take more chances because she's like that.
Yeah, that's a
Does that make sense?
yeah, that's a great point. I agree.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes.
agree with you too. And also in the hopes of establishing her own family,
Yeah.
especially due to the past trauma and history. And I can speak from that for personal experience, you make some bad decisions when you're trying to build what you think, what you see what the normal family is, and you're abnormal. You come in the gate abnormal. Where's your mom? Where's your dad? What is this history? Do you have brothers and sisters? You sitting up there like, huh? So you find ways to maneuver through that because you see what Sassy said, what her hard, what did you call it, sis? Boundaries. Her hard boundaries. For men that make good money, those are boundaries. I've had men that didn't want to date because I didn't even find my biological family. He said, "You have potential trauma. I can't. I'm sorry, love. Hope you find what you're looking for."
Hmm.
Just because I might have potential trauma.
Hmm.
Because you don't know when you find him, are you going to be traumatized?
Hmm. That goes along
That's
with
kind
what
of how I am.
Sassy was saying. Yeah.
That's kind of how I am because, like I said, I'm not trying to say my family is perfect. Lord knows they not, but I always call it normal dysfunction. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
but the normal dysfunction is really between me and my mother because you know how mothers and daughters are. But it's still love her to death. I know for a fact she loves me. You know what I'm saying, for eternity.
Hmm. Hmm.
My dad is, maybe it would be different if it was my dad, but my dad is just the sweetest guy in the world and just a hard worker and a high earner. You know what I'm saying? So why wouldn't
Hmm.
I want somebody like my dad? So our
It
experience,
makes sense.
yeah, our experiences shape us. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm very like, I'll come over here to Hood Table and maybe a few other channels and talk about stuff like that. But as a whole, I don't want to be on a panel, sounding condescending and that shit is whack to me because I have a heart and I understand, as detached as I am from this stuff. I do understand when it gets to their real lives that we're just all so different and we have such different experiences. So that shapes what we're going to accept, where our boundaries are, what we think we know, what we actually know. It's just, it gets that's when it gets really deep. So you won't hear me talking about people who don't have their children or people who are trying to
Right.
somebody who I feel like may not be right, not in a negative, vile way, because I probably can just see what they've gone through and say, shit, I mean, Sassy, that could be you, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. There are
And I don't
people
think a
who
lot of. Oh no, go ahead, darling.
just on piggybacking off of Sassy, that's why thinking back to how she romanticized things and she really wanted love. And that's why I, maybe go too far in believing that she is pregnant and hoping the best for her and her child because I know deep down she wants those things. Does that
Yes.
make sense?
Yes.
And I have
Yes,
compassion about the child,
I do
but
too.
I wish that she would have saw, paid attention to the red flags. If that makes Does that make any sense? And
Yes, it does. I
so
think the
she,
red flags
yeah,
for her weren't weren't even red flags. You get what I'm saying? I think she's seen hope
Ooh,
there.
that's such a good point. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No,
that's
go ahead.
I
No,
never
what I
thought
was
of it like
saying is
that.
that yeah, I think that though they to us they're red flags, but to me, I'm just my spirit like she's seen hope that maybe I could be that one, and me and him can come together.
Yeah. A
I
lot of
get
women
it.
do that.
I get it. Yeah, yeah.
No, you're right, Betty White. You're right. Nobody is trying to excuse her past behavior and the things that she did. I get it. But hearing Seven talk, I don't think Seven knew the magnitude of some of the stuff that she did either. And I
Do
never knew
you?
that about her. But hearing her talk in the first part of this journey, and she would say stuff, and I don't know, I'm misquoting her, but she would say stuff to insinuate like, well, why are they saying that about me, or why do they think I'm such a bad?
Right, she was right. There was an extreme disconnect in regards to reality, like the hard. I like how Sassy said the hard boundaries, the hard facts, Like there was something there that was missing, that wasn't connecting. That's how I said at the beginning. I do not think that she actually thought that all of this was going to transpire. She has
No.
never been really truly held responsible, basically for anything. Most people probably have felt sorry for her due to her past. So even on YouTube, I've seen a lot of people allow her to get away with very deplorable behavior, and they chopped it up due to her past.
I
And
don't.
I
I
think
don't think
because of
that.
that, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know if they. I don't know if they chopped it up to her past, because when it's happening to you, I don't think they had the means or the access to do anything about it.
And
That's what
some
I.
of them probably, I'm going to tell you something. When people have threatened to do something about it, I have heard people on panels talk to them and seen it in chats where they'll say, well, this is legal, this isn't legal, you can't really do anything. And I think, we've heard so much of that that I think people really feel, honestly, doxing is legal. Haven't you guys heard people tell
But that's a
others
fact.
that?
That's a fact.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, you can just Google it. That's a fact. You guys know that guy that was a what is his name? Darius something. He was a,
The cooker,
restaurant.
the guy that
Yes,
cooked,
cook.
yes.
That's a fact. When I found out that he's messing with people who have access, right? And he's doxing them because they dared to tell on him. They were buying his cookbooks. And let's say the cookbook is $24.95, and they never get the cookbook. So they write a discipline.
Oh, I know who you talking about. You talking about that one dude, like he sell crock pots and all that, and he's still rich and they ain't doing nothing to him. That dude, the black guy. I'm sorry, girl.
I don't know about crock pots, but I do know that he had two restaurants in Atlanta and one in Chicago. They've since closed down, and he sold books. And so in this example, people were ordering the cookbooks and he wasn't sending them out, right? They never. Darius Williams, thank you, Deborah. And so um they wrote disgruntled Yelp reviews or reviews on YouTube or Facebook. And then he would
Right,
in turn, because he's a nasty son of a gun, he would in
right.
turn dox them and
He
say,
sure would.
oh, well, Sassy Corio, if that was my name, Sassy Corio at blah, blah, blah says this and that. But I'll tell you, and then
It's
I saw
right.
on the news an attorney, that wasn't an attorney. Let me stop lying. I think it was a nurse and somebody else. Anyway, they have money to hire a lawyer, honey. They were like, their legal counsel told them this was stuff that he found off of Facebook, that on a public platform. This is not illegal. And that's when I started searching. Well, I be damned. This shit ain't even illegal.
Because it will have to be. It has to be in the form how the docs is presented, right? It has to be like where it can be proven in court that action, because all of our, unless you ask for your name, there's still phone books that goes around. All of our names are in the white pages unless you ask for it to be removed. So that is public record. So y'all can say Nicole Harris and even give out my phone number. If you ain't being malicious, ain't nothing I can do about it. So he didn't, when he was very slick about how he did it. He didn't make it. It would have been very hard to prove that it was malicious because he was doing so much business with them, like selling stuff and stuff like that. So it came convoluted, and they was being messy too on the other end.
No, they weren't being messy. They paid for a service and that did not receive that service. And
Right.
he
It could,
he was straight up scamming them. And so
exactly.
when I found that out, that was not so the doxing is not illegal, and
Mm.
that you would have to get into harassment and bullying for that to even be a case. The other part of that is
Harassment and stalking, sis. It's harassment and stalking.
how, whatever it is, I call it harassment and bullying, whatever the term, the proper name is, same thing to me. So if you tried to pay $24.95 for a cookbook, you did not get it, then this guy doxes you. So then his hardcore supporters that don't care are harassing you. Wouldn't you rather just disappear than try to hire an attorney for $1,500, $2,500 to try to fight that case? You're only out of $25. So sometimes when you say, oh, nobody do anything, nobody, first of all, do they have the money to even fight it? And second of all, when you really look at it, is it worth it? Or is it best to just kind of lay low? So there's a lot of variables in place into why people don't do what they do, into trying to push that forward. But simply, just like Nicole said, simply doing something that you found on social media and wording it in a way that it doesn't seem malicious, it's just not illegal.
Okay. But let's twist this to the B sector, what you're saying. So you don't think it would be worth it to take them to, I don't know. Does it have to? I don't see. I just feel like that's the reason why Seven didn't take this serious, and she wouldn't
Well,
stop.
because
Is
people
because
think because there's
she
already been an example about restraining order court that happened in Baltimore, and people thought it was a bunch of fluff. And I tried to tell
right.
people the
That's what I'm
East
saying.
Coast ain't got no
Uh-uh.
comparison in regards to how restraining orders are handled in Nevada and especially in California. It will destroy your life. You won't be able to rent. You won't be able to get a
I
job.
mean,
You none of that.
I would have to see it because I haven't seen it, and I'm not just talking about the beef sector. I haven't seen it, and furthermore, Deborah, that's what I would think. But if you take somebody to small claims court, that's a civil matter at that point. What did you lose by them doxing you? You have to prove that, and plus, you guys don't live in the same city, so now you want me to spend more again, $24.95. So now you want me to spend thousands of dollars to get to small claims court? Is it worth it?
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
think
saying.
just like Sassy's saying, if you have the financial means to be able to burn money and check a bitch and you don't want them messing with you, by means, go ahead and do that. Most people cannot. Restraining orders can be expensive when you hire. If you go about getting a restraining order, you need to have an attorney office to fill it out for you, and where they can make all your points and your exhibits and everything together. Some people might, unfortunately, I've been to court so many times I can kind of handle it myself, but there's things, processes, and it still costs money because you have to prepare for court. The judge can be all on your side. Your paperwork can be perfect, okay, everything, and you say the wrong thing and piss that judge off, and that other person got nothing but favor, because you could do something to rid the judge. Too much arrogance, too much ego, or just thinking that your paperwork is all together and you ain't got an attorney. Who the heck you think you is? This my courtroom. So
Or you
it's
could
all
do
kinds
like
of stuff that can
VS.
happen.
Or you could do like VS. When you file in your state, the onus is on the other person in the other state to come to you to go to court. But if they don't make it, then you automatically win. Then you can put a lien. Then you can get garnish their
A judge,
wages. You can do a
right? You
lot
can
of
get a
No, no,
things.
judge.
no,
You
no,
got a
no, no, no,
judgment
no.
and
Yes, you
stuff
It's
like
not.
that.
can.
No, it's not going that. Again, it's never been done. So how can I
No, it
believe that?
hasn't.
No, so I don't know about
No.
that. But I think Lovely One is
Well,
right.
that's exactly what VS did, though, right?
But it wasn't any money involved in that situation. And we never saw anything. All we know is what she said. And then
And
the
what?
other person showed the paperwork and said that it looked like it was like all kind of like offline fakery. So I don't
Oh,
know
see,
what
I
happened.
didn't know that part. I
Oh
didn't know
yeah, the
that
other
part.
person showed the
Okay.
paperwork and said something was crossed out and then written down.
What?
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. So time off
Oh, I
work.
I just realized what y'all was talking about. That was a whole. That was no.
I thought
That.
VS said she won the case, and I thought the other person admitted it because they said they weren't wasting money to go to Virginia or
Girl,
wherever
you
VS
missing.
lives.
It sounds like you mixing up two stories. There was somebody else that filed, but they used VS as the example. That's what it sounded like. There was some other
No,
stuff.
No,
no,
she's talking about
What case
VS
she
VS.
sued
talking about, y'all?
Skoka.
She's talking
VS
about
sued
VS and
Skoka.
Skoka.
Oh,
Yeah,
my bad. I'm
Skoka.
behind
Yeah,
Okay,
y'all. I
but,
Skoka
thought
but
y'all
what
was
I'm
talking
Highway.
about an
saying is
old
that
case. My
Yeah.
Corio,
bad.
when we
My
saw
bad.
the paperwork, I don't know about that one, Corio. So you can't go off with like one person's account of
Yeah,
what
that
happened,
was
and,
Soka.
and that very well could have happened. I don't know because it sounded like it just
But
kind of
when Pizza
and the
interviewed
address.
Skoka, Skoka admitted she wasn't flying there, so and she don't care if she won or not. But whatever,
yeah, that's what she said. But that does not to say that she actually won. Is saying because you missed, that means you missed a lot of stuff up to what she was saying. Before that, she showed us the paperwork, the alleged paperwork, how it came, how, so I'm just saying that
I'm
situation. Well, I'm just saying, like, you can't,
No, I mean, at the paperwork you're describing, it sounds too funny to me.
I'm scared.
I could be misspeaking. I don't know. I don't want no VS smoke. I'm just saying
not funny. I mean, funny. How you said it had stuff crossed out and delete. That just sounds funny to me. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they do that, honey. I mean, because if they filling out the documentation themselves, they make mistakes. It's already filled out. As long as you cross it out and you initial, yeah. But if you have an attorney, you can ask when it's presented to the judge and they read it out, and you actually acknowledge all those errors. You as the on the other side or whatever, and you say, "Look, Your Honor, I couldn't read this. Can you please ask so and so to provide me with legal documentation to where I can read and understand?" Boom, it's gonna be put back on the calendar. They gotta reserve you, resend it to you. But if the other person don't know that, you're gonna get crossed out. Shit, oh darn, I put Keisha. I was talking about Kim. Let me put this.
Well, that's
scratch it out in initial.
I don't think court documents have things scratched out.
No, they do, honey.
Yeah,
I'm telling you from
I'm
telling you from experience. If it's you, judges have leniency if it's you. If it's you doing it, as long as you fill out the header. But when you know that there's the box where there's the description where you're telling a story and you accidentally make a mistake, because that's a lot of handwritten stuff.
I'm not talking about a victim's
no, I'm talking about where you describe in regards to what's going on, and it's just you.
I'm not talking about the victim.
No, I'm not talking about a victim. I'm not talking about victim statements.
Okay, let me be clear so that you can answer me. I'm talking about the document that comes from the court that says that you have a lien or you have a judgment or a indictment against you. That's what I'm talking about, and I've never seen anything crossed out on that type of paper.
Girl, I got them.
Oh, okay.
And you got to be very careful, because if you're representing yourself and you don't go in and fight back and argue about the handwriting, yes, long as they got the name and spelling right, yes, I have.
I'm sorry, you guys, but I really have to bounce. I've been trying to let y'all go order.
Thank you.
Like, girl, I gotta get out there and get that loan money. Like,
oh shit! I'm sorry.
Talk about. I got that loan.
Thank you.
Money.
Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thanks,
Sassy.
Thanks for having us, guys. Okay, bye, you guys.
Bye.
If anybody picks up on this later, I'll jump in your chat. But otherwise, I might be lying.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about the handwriting part because that's actually true.
Well, go ahead.
Embarrassing, but I love you, sis. Bye.
Love you guys. Make sure you like and share the video. Subscribe to the Hood Table. And if you want to send a cash app, bless your girl, $ the Hood Table 402. I holla.